hearing on the National Digital Economy and E-Governance Bill. National Council on Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy, NCCIDE, underscored this position. We did not simply attend, we contributed meaningfully, presenting our perspectives and reinforcing NiRA's role as a strategic stakeholders in shaping Nigeria's digital future. This marked an important transition from us, from operating within policy framework to actively influencing them. Global ambition and operational excellence. The year also witnessed a strengthening of our institutional capacity with the appointment of our Chief Operating Officer, Mrs. Oluwaseyi Onosanya. Since assuming office, she has brought renewed energy, clarity, and direction to our operations. Our leadership reflects a broader shift in our organizational mindset, one that prioritizes transformation over routine, performance over process, and global competitiveness over local sufficiency. This evolution is critical as we position NiRA for the demand of an increasingly interconnected and competitive digital landscape. Review of 2025 achievements. From a performance perspective, 2025 recorded measurable progress. We achieved 98,647 new domain registration and 71,400 renewals, bringing the total number of .ng domains under management to 234,886. Additionally, 21 new registrars were accredited, further expanding our ecosystem and improving market reach. These figures reflect growth and momentum. However, they also highlight a significant gap when considered against Nigeria's population size, the scale of its entrepreneurial ecosystem, and rapid expansion of its digital economy. This gap is not a setback, it is clear indication of the opportunity that lies ahead. It reminds us that while progress has been made, our work is far from complete. Finally, the association maintained stability and discipline with total revenue, operational expenditure, and surplus reflecting a sustainable trajectory. While the exact figures will be duly presented, what is more important is what they enable us to do. Financial strength must translate into strategic investment in innovation, in awareness, in infrastructure, and in people. Ecosystem innovation and stakeholder synergy. Throughout the year, we implemented targeted initiatives to strengthen the ecosystem. The revised registrar incentive program introduced performance benchmark designed to drive growth and improve retention, reinforcing accountability across registrars' network. Our marketing and awareness campaigns were intensified, leveraging multiple channels to increase visibility and engagement. However, we recognize that true success in this area goes beyond awareness. It requires building trust, preference, and ultimately a sense of pride in the .ng identity among Nigerians. Our commitment to stakeholders' engagement and industry development was further demonstrated through Tech Convergence 2025, which brought together key voices from government, private sector, academia, and the civil society. The conversation held at this forum reinforced a critical truth. The internet is no longer just a technological platform, it is a fundamental driver of economic growth and national development. We, the Tech Convergence, one of our flagship program, and from the initial chairman, the previous board member, Engineer Gochuku, to the present chairperson, Mr. Shenkende, they've been doing tremendous work. And please, you should watch out for this year, 2026, coming up June 2nd, also in Abuja. We also celebrated excellence through the .ng Award 2025, recognizing individuals and organizations that have made significant contribution to the Nigeria's digital ecosystem. This recognition are important not just for celebration, but for setting benchmarks and inspiring others to strive for impact and innovation. Beyond infrastructure and industry, we remained committed to social impact. Through the Indokwe Kalu Foundation and the .ng Academy, we continued to promote digital literacy, empower young Nigerians and members, and advocate for a safer online environment. These efforts reflect our understanding that the future of the internet in Nigeria is not only dependent on system and policy, but on the people who use and shape them. The road ahead, 2026 and beyond. Distinguished members, as we reflect on this achievement, we must also confront an important reality. The global digital economy is evolving at an unprecedented pace. Nations are competing, technologies are advancing, and digital platforms are redefining how value is created and exchanged. At the center of all this lies digital identity. If Nigeria does not fully embrace and scale the adoption of its own digital identity through the NG, we risk losing not just market share, but strategic control of our digital future. Looking ahead to 2026 and beyond, our direction is clear. We must accelerate the adoption of .ng across all sectors, deepen our engagement with policymakers and global stakeholders, strengthening our cybersecurity posture, and positioning NiRA as a leading voice in internet governance. Most importantly, we must move with urgency. The opportunities before us are significant, but they require decisive actions and collective commitment. The responsibility of achieving these goals does not rest on the board or management alone. It belongs to all of us. Every member, every registrar, every partner has a role to play. Building a strong digital identity for Nigeria is a shared mission, and its success will depend on how effectively we collaborate, innovate, and execute. So, appreciation and conclusion. As I conclude, and I wish to express my deepest appreciation to the Board of Trustees, led by Dr. Ibukun Odishote, and the Executive Board of Directors, our dedicated staff and accredited registrars, our partners and media for their continued support and commitment. Above all, I thank you, our members, for your continued confidence in this institution and your contribution to its growth. We are at a defining moment in our journey. The foundation has been laid, the vision is clear, and the opportunity is before us. Let us rise to the occasion, not just as participants, but as leaders shaping Nigerian digital future. Thank you, and I wish you everyone a productive and impactful AGI. Signed. Thank you all. That's its president's statement. So we move to item 6.2, if you permit me, on our agenda. That is report for the year 2025. I'm going to yield the floor to the Vice President, Mr. Murtala Abdullahi, to take the report for the year. Thank you.
All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please permit me to take the headings because I checked this report is about 10 pages. So if you say we're going to go, it will take a long time. So I think I'll just go through the headings. And if you need further information, the booklet is with you. You can just go through it. All right, thank you so much. I think under the report, we have the introduction. Then 2.0, we have the 2025 NiRA business plan. And then B, increase in the domain name count. C, improve the security of the .ng registry. 3.0, status / update on the 2025 business plan. Which 3.1 improve the organizational capacity and effectiveness by the constitutional review to eliminate the executive management responsibilities of the board of directors and establish the establishment of the C-level executive management team. The next one, I think, is increase the domain name count. Then the next one, we have 3.3, improve the security of the .ng registry by deploying the DNS-sect and investing in the manpower, which we have done that. I think we deserve a round of applause for that. Yeah. Then the 4.0 corporate image of the brand and 5.0 stakeholder engagement. Then if you are lost, I'm in page 13. If you guys are lost, I'm in page 13. So please, you can just go straight to that page. 5.1 NiRA courtesy visit to Economic and Financial Crime Commission. Then 5.2 NiRA delegation meet with the NDPC to strengthening the data protection and privacy in Nigeria. Then the next page, which is page 14, 5.3 strategic collaboration with tech, breeze, and drive digital skills adoption among the Nigerian university students. Then if you go down to 5.4, NiRA at African Internet Governance Forum. The next one is 5.5, NiRA at the Internet Governance Forum. Then the next one is 5.6.ng registrar engagement. Page 15, 5.7, NiRA radio engagement in the northern Nigeria. 5.8, NiRA and Nigerian Copyright Commission, NCC, explore partnership opportunities. Then the 5.9, NiRA at draft digital economy and e-governance bill. The next page is page 16. 5.10, NiRA at African Internet Summit. The next one is NiRA at ICANN 84. The next one is 5.2, 5.1.2, which is Lagos State Job Fair. The next one is 5.13, NiRA at West African Internet Governance Forum. The next page is 17, 5.14, NiRA at the Africa DNS Forum. Then the next one is 5.15, other engagements. Then the next one is 6.0, the 2025-17 AGM hybrid. If you go to the next page, page 18, we have 7.0 tech convergence 2.0. And then the next one is 8.0 NiRA 20th anniversary and 18th NG award night. Oh, sorry, 8. I'm taking us 8. Sorry for that. 8.ng award night. Then the next one in page 19, 9.0 NiRA accredited registrars. The next one is 10.0 corporate social responsibility. The next page is page 20, Ndukwe Kalu Foundation. That's 10.1. The achievements are there, the programs are there, strategic partnerships are there, the growth and milestone are there. So if you look at 10.2, which is page 21, we have .ng Academy, which they have advancing digital competency through the .ng Academy, LMS, then training for members. The next page is 22, which .ng webinar series. Wow, all these are under .ng. Okay, let's go to 23, 11.0, association matters. 11.1, board of trustee. 11.2, executive board of directors. And the next page is 24, 11.4. Sorry, I skipped one, 11.3, committee meetings. Then we have 11.4, NiRA Secretariat Administration. Then we go to next page 25, 12.0, activities of the dispute resolution. Then we have 13.0, growth in the domain name registration and renewals in 2024. The details are there. So we'll move to the page 26, 14.0, legal activities. So in the conclusion, which is 15.0, NiRA achieved significant success in fulfilling its business plan and activities for the year. We extend our heartfelt appreciation to our members of the Board of Trustee, Executive Board of Directors, NiRA staff, NiRA accredited registrars, and all the NiRA stakeholders for their unwavering support and valuable insight on how to enhance and promote our Nigerian online identity, the .ng brand. We remain committed for fostering continued growth, leveraging the strength of our diversity as a cohesive and influential group. Together, we will continue to elevate the .ng brand and contribute to the advancements of the Nigerian digital landscape. So the next page, I think, is on 27. We have the corporate governance. Under that, we have the committees that we have, which is down. If you just look at under the first one is Establishment and Financial Committee, which we have the chairman, Chukwuemeka Fred Agbata Jr., Mr. Adi Sola, our president, Akinsenya as a member, myself as a member, Destiny Amana as a member. The next one, I think, committee members, communication and publicity. The composition up there. So we have a lot of committees. So. All right, I think, is that? All right. So then the committee, we have domain name policy committee, technical committee, audit committee, .ng academy committee. We have establishment and finance committee. Then we have communication and publicity stakeholder committee. I think that's all. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So members, we're still going to adopt all these uh, reports and receive comments. Please just take note of that. Uh, just take note of that. So the president's statement, the report for the year, auditors reports, as we go on, we're still going to have comments, discussion on it, on all of them. Next is item 36.3. Oh yes, our auditors. Let's appreciate as I'm about to come to the podium. Let's appreciate him. Please, let's appreciate him. Thank you.
The president and members of the executive board, all other protocols observed. Please, before I read my report, I need to commend NiRA for the growth so far. I'm happy to be a part of that journey. I'm happy to be a part of that journey. I believe Mr. Abimbola Olayinka is online. I appreciate him a lot. Baba, thank you very much. So I will now go straight to my report. Please, pardon me. I won't be able to read the full statement. But since this thing is, this statement is inside the brochure, I think everybody can look at it. The report of the independent auditors. My name is Chris Adeniyi, the managing partner of that firm. To the members of Nigeria Internet Registration Association, in our opinion, Nigeria Internet Registration Association's financial statements give a true and fair view of its financial position as at 31st December 2025, and the financial performance and cash flows for the year then ended in accordance with International Financial Reporting Standards, the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, and the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria Amendment Act 2023. We have audited the accompanying financials of Nigeria Internet Registration Association, which comprise 1, the statement of financial position as at 31st December 2025, the statement of comprehensive income, statement of cash flows for the year then ended, the notes to the financial statements, including a summary of significant accounting policies. Basis of our opinion. We conducted our audit in accordance with international standards on auditing. Our responsibilities under those standards are further described in the auditor's responsibilities contained in this report. Independence. We are independent of NiRA in accordance with international standards on auditing and the requirements of our institute, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, Professional Code of Conduct, and Guide for Accountants. Other independent requirements applicable to performing audits of financial statements in Nigeria. We have fulfilled our ethical responsibilities applicable to perform audits in Nigeria. Other information, we can go through that. Responsibilities of the directors. The directors are responsible for the preparation of financial statements that give a true and fair view in accordance with the International Financial Reporting Standards and the requirements of the Companies and Allied Matters Act of 2020, Financial Reporting Council Amendment Act 2023, and for such internal control as the directors determine is necessary to enable the preparation of financial statements that are free from material misstatement, whether due to fraud or error. auditor's responsibility. It is our responsibility to conduct audit in a way that our objectives are fulfilled by obtaining reasonable assurance about whether the financial statements as a whole are free from material misstatement, whether due to fraud or error, and to issue an auditor's report that includes our opinion. Reasonable assurance is a high level of assurance, but it's not a guarantee that an audit conducted in accordance with ISAS will always detect a material misstatement when it exists. Misstatements can arise from fraud or error and are considered material if individually or in the aggregate they could reasonably be expected to influence the economic decisions of users taken on the basis of these statements. As part of our audit, we exercise professional judgment and maintain professional skepticism through the audit. We also identify and assess the risk of material misstatement of the financial statements, whether due to fraud or error, design and perform audit procedures responsive to those risks, and obtain audit evidence that is sufficient and appropriate to provide a basis for our opinion. 2, obtain an understanding of internal control relevant to the audit in order to design audit procedures that are appropriate in the circumstances, but not for the purpose of expressing an opinion on the effectiveness of the association's internal control. 3, we evaluate the appropriateness of accounting policies used and the reasonableness of accounting estimates and related disclosures made by the directors. 4, evaluate the overall presentation structure and content of the financial statements, including the disclosures and whether the financial statements represent the underlying transactions and events in a manner that achieves fair presentation. And lastly, obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence regarding the financial information of the entities or business activities within the association to express an opinion on the financial statements. We are responsible for the direction, supervision, and performance of the audit. We remain solely responsible for our audit opinion. We communicated with those charged with governance regarding, among other matters, the planned scope and timing of the audit and significant audit findings, including any significant deficiencies in internal control that we may have identified during the audit. Hence, we do not accept or assume responsibility to any other than the members of the association for the use of our audit work and report on other legal and regulatory requirements. We have audited all the information and explanation which, to the best of our knowledge and belief, were necessary for the purpose of our audit. The association has kept proper books of account so far as appears from our examination of those books. And finally, the association's financial position and its statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income are in agreement with the books of account and returns. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. That's our excellent auditor, Adeni, Christopher, and Co. Thank you, sir. Like I mentioned, please, we're going to take comment, discussion once we finish item 6.5. We'll take everything. I can see hands raised up. So that just note all those things down. We want to make everything so snappy. Please, we'll have time. I can see someone online. Okay, yes, Mr. Lawrence, you'll be given that chance to make your comments, and adequate explanation will be given. Thank you very much, sir. We're on item 6.4. That is the 2025 AFS. That is the audited financial statement. The the financial secretary is supposed to take this. Unfortunately, don't let me say, well, fortunately, is airborne. As the time we commence this meeting, I'm sure he's on his way here. He promised to be here. That is Mr. Chukwemeka Fred Agbata, supposed to be. So I'll be taking this uh, the audited financial statement for the year ended 31st December 2025. So that has been shared with us. It has also been shared with us. So from the first page, so the table of contents is the next page that shows our corporate information. I don't think that is what you have here on the screen. I've not gotten there. So the corporate information is on the second page. That's the contents. We have corporate information. Next page that shows that's page 2. That shows the board of trustees, executive board of directors. Okay, is this? I was told it's on page 30. Yes. I'm just. Okay, thank you. So that's page 2. Corporate it's page 30 on our booklet. Apologize, page 30 on our booklet. So we have the corporate information, board of trustees, the names as listed, executive board of directors, and you can see from there those that were elected last year and the board members that are retired last year. Those were newly elected. So you have our solicitors, auditors, our registered office, head office, and our bankers as listed on the screen. The next page is result at a glance. So for the year ended 31st December as compared to 31st December 2024, we could see the total income grew from 609 million to 1.3 billion, which shows an increment of over 100%. Our expenditure to also grew by 82% from 372 million to 676 million. Surplus deficit for the year. For the year, we could see we have over 100%, over 150% from 237 as at the year ended 2024 to 2025. That is 237 million to 650 million. So our financial position item, as you can see, our asset grew from 1.3 to 2.3, marking a 71% growth from there. Our liabilities also increased by 88% from 402 million to 758 million. So our total funds and reserved, as you can see, grew by 63% from 950 million to 1.5 billion. So that's the result at a glance. The next page where is what our auditors are just read. So I'll go to the next. That is our financial position. Financial position. Can you put that up? Is on page 34. Okay. Okay, thank you. So that's the statement of our financial position showing our assets, liabilities, funds, and reserve. Asset, liabilities, asset, we have the non-current and current asset as listed. So as at the end of December 2024, our non-current assets grew from 244 million to 317. So please, let's just take note of those notes so that we'll give more details on those non-current assets and the assets. We should take note. So you can, for the non-current assets, that is on note 4. Our current assets, prepayments, other receivable, financial asset held to maturity, cash and cash equivalents. All these are on note 5, 6, and 7. So we could see that our total assets, we've already shown you the results at a glance there. You can see grew from 1.3 billion to 2.3. That's as regard assets. But for the current assets, it grew from 1.1 billion to 1.9 billion. So liabilities, you have our current and non-current liabilities. Under current liabilities, those are the trade payables, provisions, and other payables on notes 9, 10, and 11. We could see as at year December 2024, 88 million to 107 million. So, and for non-current liabilities, that is our deferred domain income. You can see 314 million to 651 million. And so the total liabilities we could see grew from 402 million to 758 million. So funds and reserve, funds and reserve, funds and reserve. So we could see our accumulated fund, charitable funds, and strategic reserve. We could see 950 million to 1.5 billion. The total liability and reserve, as mentioned earlier during the result at a glance, we could see what it totally amounts to: 1.3 billion to 2.3 billion. Next page. Our statements of comprehensive income. Statement of comprehensive income. Further explanation can be seen from the income. We have fees and subscription, and operating income, and our operating expenses. So we could see for fees and subscription, as at December 2024 was at 9.4 million to grew to 14.3 million, while our operating income grew from 435 million to 851 million. So we could see the further details on note 15. So while our operating expenses slightly from 75.6 million to 94.5 million. So our net operating income, we're still under income, net operating income. We have the investment income and other income. From the investment income, we could see as at the end of last year, 2024, or 2024, to last year end, that was December 2025, we could see from 46 million, that was what our investment income was for 2024. For 2025, it was 103 million. Other income from 194 million to 452 million. Those are, and total income, our total income grew from 609 as at the end of 2024 to 1.3 billion as end of 2025. So expenditure, we can see depreciation, personal expenses, and administrative expenses. So those are, you can see on note 19, 20, and 21. Depreciation from 19 million to 39 million, 19.3 to 39.4 as at the end of 2025. Personal expenses increased from 45.2 million to 136.4 million, while our administrative expenses grew from 307 million as at the end of 2024 as compared to the end of 2025, which is over 500 million. So our total expenditure, we could see 372 million to 676 million in that comparison. So from there, we could see we get our surplus for the year. For 2024 year end was 237 million to 650 million at the year end of 2025. So there was actually nothing. So other comprehensive income, you can see property, plants, there was nothing gained from there. So our cash flow, statement of cash flow, that's the next on. Yes, please, thank you. As seen on the screen and our booklet, we see our surplus and deficits for the year. We see that. Depreciation, we'd already seen that from 19 million to 38 million as year end 2024 to compared to 2025. So our working capital adjustments, we could see changes in prepayments from 10.5 million to 4.9. Other receivables, 192,000 to 4.5 million. Changes in trade payables, 16.6 million to 10.7 million. Changes in provision was nothing as end of last year, but as far as end of 2024, it was 8.9. And other payables, we could see that as from 4 million to 8.4 million. Our net cash flow from operating activities, we could see for as far back as end of December 2024 was 271 million as compared to end of 2025, which is 699 million. Our investment activities, purchase of property, plant, and equipment from 74 million to 112 million. Our financial asset held to maturity, we have 347 million to 739 million. Deferred financial activities, we could see our deferred domain income and the charitable funds. That was our financial activities from 82 million to 286 million. Next increase in cash and cash equivalents. So our cash and cash equivalent as 1st of January, we could see that our net decrease or increase, we consist from 68 million to 134 million, while our cash and cash equivalent as 1st of January is 160 million to 91 million. So to 291 million to 226 million. So represented by our cash and cash equivalent as seen here, the same figure. So our changes in funds inform us of our balance as at the end of January 2024 to compare with balance as at December 2024 and that of balance January 2025 to December 31st December 2025. So we could see our accumulated funds as compared balance at December 2024 to 2025, 445 million as compared to 895 million. Then while charitable funds, you have that of 105 million as compared to that. So the strategic reserve also grew. In between those lines, we could see what was being transferred to the strategic cash reserved. And the total funds at the last column, we could see 950 million as compared to that as end of December 2024 as compared to December 2025. So we could see 950 million to 1.5 billion. So the next page so those are notes to the financial statement. As I've mentioned earlier, the notes, they were actually from about 4 or 5 pages, 6. So we can just scroll down. They are actually from our auditor's notes on the financial statement as read, the gains and losses. Those are notes to the financial statement. So this had been shared with us. I just want us to move to the notes, note 4, that is on page. Okay, so that will be on page 49. Page 49. Okay, yes, thank you. So for note 4, you can be using that to compare from the statement of financial position, note 4, the property, plants, and equipment. Those are from our non-current assets to our current assets. So that's use the various notes to it to actually give a further breakdown on what is in the composition of those the amounts. So we could see we could see as the accumulated depreciation across land, building, plant machinery, furnitures, office equipment, computers and ICT, uh, motor vehicle, and software. So in total, as at balance, as at 31st December 2025, uh, we could see the value of what we have there. Those are from notes, note 4, property, plant, and equipment. For note 5, the prepayment, note 5, that's under current assets. We could see what's the composition there, the insurance premium, technical maintenance, IT membership, and others. That's what form the prepayment on note 5. And so we could also see from the other receivables uh, as listed on note 6. Note 7 gives our financial asset held to maturity, what we have in the various banks, Access Bank, Zenith Bank, and Sterling Bank, or what we have there. We could see that financial asset held to maturity as far as the December 31st, 2024, we had 580 million in Access Bank. We could see that grew to 825 million. Um, in Zenith Bank, we have 100 million, grew to 130 million, and that of Sterling Bank from 324 million to 788 million. So that's on note 7. While note 8, cash and cash equivalents, that's cash at bank, not those that were held to maturity. We have the cash at bank as at December 2024, 61 million in Zenith Bank, while as at 2025, it was we have 179. Access Bank, 27 million. As at December 2025, it was 40 million. While Stanbic and Sterling Bank, we could see 2 million to 3.4 and 1 million to 3.5. Those are cash in cash at the bank and cash in hand. You could see 322,000 to 124,000. Trade payables, the trade payables, you could see what we have there, registrars and vendors. I think we have 41 million as December 2024, as against 42 million as at December 2025. And the vendors, 10 million as at December 2025, as compared to 282,000. Provisions. Okay. Okay, so we have provisions there. We have shared this document with us. So the various notes are well captured. If you see notes 11, what's the composition of other payables, audits, legal fee, withholding tax payable, membership dues received. Note 12, deferred income, that is domain services, investment income. What was that? Notes on financial statements, year ended 2020, December 31st December 2025. Funds and accumulated. We've mentioned this earlier. Also charitable funds that was had also been mentioned in the under the previous view we had. Uh, Note 14, fees and subscription, membership fees. Those are the composition of it. Fees and subscription, membership fee, registrar's recertification fee, registrar services, registrar's registration fee. All this as mentioned. Operating income, uh, what's how the income was generated. Those are domain service, second level, third level, being broken down. Operating expenses, what's made up the 94 million as compared to 75 million in 2024. We could see collocation, bandwidth, technical maintenance, all those things. Note 17, investment interest, we could see uh, from 46 to 103 million. Other income, as also mentioned there, that's our foreign currency translation gain based on the FX that we have. Then depreciation as from 19 to 39 million. So what each of our assets did. Note 20, that's on the personnel cost, on how it grew, salary allowances, pension contribution, and gratuity. And for note 21, we could see the composition on the administrative expenses. We had given this result at a glance. So we could see what the components are: AGM expenses, telephone, capacity building, conferences, everything as listed there. And everything as listed. So when you go to the next page, those are, I think the next page out of that was our year notes to the, also a note to the end. That's the end of the audited financial statements as produced by our auditors. Uh, that's the end. So the next thing on that next page was just the names of our board of trustees and executive board of directors. So thank you very much, members. And for there, before moving to our next agenda, we could see from our financial audited financial statements that there we saw there was a profitability and growth. From the income statement, we saw there's a total income that's that grew more than double from 609 million in 2024 to 1.3 billion. And also, while expenditure grew also by 82%, and a surplus of 650 million, over 150%. From balance sheets, we saw the total asset grew to 2.3 billion from 1.3. Funds and total funds and reserve also grew from 950 million to 1.5 billion. Strategic cash reserved also grew from to 550 million. Cash and cash equivalents from to 226 million. That one rose. So, and held to maturity financial assets grew by 74%. And what that actually shows is the liquidity is good. The current assets exceeded the current liabilities. And we should also note that we is a part of the things we should be watching. That's not what's watching is the liabilities that grew faster than the assets. This is actually good because of the deferred domain income. Those are domains that you register for a number of years. For more than 5, you register domain for 5 years, second year, third year. Those was actually a good one. What rose from 314 to 651. What that one means is that you have more people registering the domain in number of years rather than just a single year. So the personnel expenses also grew, uh, and also what it also shows is that our organization reliance on the is basically on the domain name services. Every reliance, you can see that, okay, what's where the most of the income is coming from. So bottom line, there's from this is that the financially it is healthy, and because substantial surplus is being able to be generated from what we have there. And so for a non-for-profit, 1.5 billion provide considerable runaway strategic flexibility for us all. So I'll just stop here for now. Thank you very much. That is the audited financial for NiRA. Um, like I mentioned, please just note down. We're going to go from by the time we want to be adopting each of what had gone. The report that we have been taking, we'll be taking them one after the other. Uh, we will just quickly run through the business plan and the budget so that we'll take everything at once so that we don't waste much time. Um, Also welcome the financial secretary, Mr. Chukwemeka Fred Agbata. You're welcome. So I'll yield the floor to Madam CEO for the business plans and take the next item. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'll be taking the business plan as well as the budget for 2026. So I'll start with the business plan. It's on page 56 and 57. Okay, so for the business plan and strategy for the year 2026, we have our strategic priorities, which covers the areas of strengthening the governance structures of NiRA, expanding the adoption of the .ng namespace, as well as enhancing security and resilience of the registry infrastructure. And the last pillar is also engaging key stakeholders to drive policies and legislations that will expand the adoption of .ng at a national level. And so I'll just quickly take us through those 4 strategic pillars and with some high-level initiatives to drive achievements of the goals for each pillar. So pillar 1 is organizational capacity and governance strengthening. And the goal for that particular pillar is to improve the institutional effectiveness and align the organization with global best practices in registry governance. And the key initiatives to achieve that is 1, to undertake a review of the NiRA constitution, which we have completed, and also to remove executive management responsibilities currently assigned to board of directors. The second initiative there is the establishment of the C-level executive management team to manage the day-to-day operations of the organization. I think number 1 is achieved based on the outcome of the constitution review. Then the second pillar is to expand the growth of the .ng namespace. And the goal for the objective for that particular pillar is one, to accelerate adoption and increase the market penetration of the .ng namespace across Nigeria. And the key initiative to drive this, one, we have a target to achieve a 50% year-on-year growth in the .ng namespace registration. Then secondly is to also increase the brand visibility of .ng through targeted digital marketing campaigns. Then three is also to implement impactful corporate social responsibility initiatives that are target towards promoting digital identity and the use of .ng domains. The fourth one is to strengthen collaboration with our registrars and ecosystem partners to drive broader domain adoption. The third pillar is focused on achieving security and registry security and infrastructure resilience, which is also to ensure the stability and reliability of the registry infrastructure. So the key initiatives here, one, is to implement DNSSEC across the .ng zones to strengthen the domain name system security, which we have done. The second is invest in enhanced cybersecurity infrastructure to improve monitoring, threat detection, and response capabilities. And the last one is to strengthen the technical capacity of the registry team through training and knowledge development. Our last pillar is focused on advocacy and strategic stakeholder engagement. And the objective there is to support and develop policies and regulatory frameworks to promote the adoption of the .ng namespace across Nigeria. And our key initiatives to drive that is one, is to engage government institutions and relevant stakeholders to promote policies that encourage the adoption of the .ng by corporates, by businesses, and individuals. Secondly, is also to advocate for legislative and regulatory initiatives that support the adoption, growth, and protection of the Nigerian's country code top-level domain. And the last initiative there is to promote public sector adoption of .ng domains across government ministries, departments, and agencies at the federal and subnational levels, that's the state and local governments. And that's our business plan for the year 2026. Thank you. Okay, I'll be presenting the projected income for 2026. Yeah. Okay, well, it was sent to us by the president, so I'll just quickly run through. Okay, so for the 2026 budget, based on the income and expenditure statements, yes, the budget was sent to members by the president. Can you project? Oh. Apologies, please. We are trying to project it. Thank you. Okay. The income and expenditure is on the screen. Please, can you just move up so that we start from the beginning? Okay, thank you. So this is the income and expenditure budget for January to December 2026. It also presents the analysis in comparison to the actual budget of 2025. I know the president has presented the audited account, so I'll just focus on the 2026 budget. So the 2026 budget, we are projecting a total income of 1.6 billion. That's 1,648,723,232, while the projected expenditure is 951,371,812 NiRA 27 kobo. So there is a slight reduction in the budget when compared to 2025, and the projected surplus is 697,351,420. So the projected surplus is 42% of the projected income. Okay, so our income basically or primarily is driven by our domain service income, and we project a revenue or income of 1.4 billion from the domain service income, which is approximately 90% of our income projection. Other income streams are the annual membership fees, which we project to be 2,050,000 naira. Also, we also have other income stream, the registrar's registration fees, which we project to be 3 million, which is the same, is unchanged actually when compared to 2025. Then we also have the domain service income, the registrar's recertification fees as well, which is projected as 6.9 million. We also have other income as 990 million. So I'll go through the expenditure for 2026. So we have all of the expense items listed there from 1 to 40. The main expenditure items are the domain management expenses, which is projected as 87.2 million. We also have the personnel cost as 245 million, 245.6 million. Then the administrative costs, we have 38 of them, from transport, postages, cleaning, as well as stakeholders engagement. I'll just run through quickly the cost drivers, the major administrative cost drivers there. Transport and traveling is projected to be 28.5 million, which is a reduction when compared to 36.2 million in 2025. Entertainment is also projected to be 12 million, which is focused mainly on staff entertainment and also social engagement as well. The staff overseas travel is projected to be 21.6 million. while the AGM expenses is 12.3 million. Another cost driver is the trustees and directors transport expenses, which is projected to be 43.3 million. We also have our sponsorship and participation as 10 million. We also have another expense item there, which is BOT and e-board conference, seminars and workshops, which is projected to be 82.5 million, which is the same as the budget for 2025. So it remains unchanged. Then we also have a motor vehicle running cost, which is projected to be 3.6 million. We have our repairs and maintenance, which is projected to be 6 million. We also have our depreciation, which is a major expense too, 39.3 million. We also have a CAC implementation project projected to be 30 million. Then business development expenses as 25 million. We also have the board retreat, which you usually have at the end of the year, board and staff retreat as 25 million. Then ICANN stakeholders engagement is 10.5 million. Then we also have advert marketing and publicity, that's 100 million. That also includes advert marketing, including our tech convergence, as well as flagship events that we have at the end of the year, which is our awards. Then the audit, tax, and accountancy professional expenses is projected to be 14.1 million. Then we also have our legal expenses as well, which is projected to be 11.6 million. So in total, the total expenditure is 951.3 million. So that is the summary, I'll say, of the projected income and expenditure for 2026. Then the surplus. The surplus for the year, which is the difference between the projected income and total expenditure, is 697,351,420 naira, and the surplus is 42% of projected revenue. But if you also compare 2025 with that, the budget for 2025 was 38% of projected income in 2025. So that's the income and expenditure budget for 2026 for NiRA. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam CEO, for the 2026 business plans and budgets. So we're going to start taking comments, feedback, and from each of those reports, adoption, comments, and discussion on all the reports that we've taken so far. And like I mentioned, I said we should just note down. I think I can see some question online. We're going to take everything. So I'll move from the business of the day, the president's statements. If there's any comments or feedback, if not, so we can have so is there any comments or okay on the president's statements? We should just take generally. Yes. Yes. Report by report. So the first one is the president's statement. Okay. There's none.
Good afternoon once again, everyone. My name is Olusegun Akinwumi.
Let's just take us to the page so that we look at
Okay,
it.
I'm
Yes.
looking at page 16. There's a lot of activities that has been reported by the president and by the in the president's statement, and I feel that the statement did not state in any way that some of these activities that cost a lot of money, there is no report that has been sent to members. For instance, NiRA at ICANN, African Internet Summit, and all other activities. As members, our board members are attending these activities, and we just get to see them that at the end of the year, they have attended these activities. And as member of this association, I feel that these are things that we can learn from. In as much as we are not able to, because we are our representative, are we not supposed to be getting a report? And I would want to suggest that there should always be reports on your activities, what you are able to do, your contributions. I've never seen any, apart from pictures and other things on the social media. That's the only comment I have on the president's statement. Thank you.
Okay. That is not. I think that's the report for the year, and not president.
You mentioned
No, where that page is report for the year. So, but we've taken your feedback. Thank you very much. So, the secretariat, so that more reports will be given at our. If we have a newsletter that's is always circulated every year, yes, and I'm sure all those things are reported there. Thank you, ma.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the report. Thank you. Good afternoon again. My name is Mary Uduma, for the records. Mr. President, you have given us a lot of information about our association. And I had expected that if there are some policy changes, that you put it in your report. For instance, if we change policy on our how we do our depreciation, I think it should come in your report. If we change policy, any policy that we change that we had that will change, that will affect or impact on our activities as well as our finances. I will expect that maybe next year, please, let's have those policies, the ones that are changed, not just any policy, because we know we can read about our policy online. But if those ones that are affected, that will affect our activities as well as that will impact our finances, I think we should have it. Thank you very much.
Let's appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ma. So that is noted. So policy changes, anyone that we've done, they should be reported. Thank you very much for that comment. Please, so the floor is open for comments from the president's statement, a report for the year. So we've had two people talk. We've taken that from Mr. Olusegun Akinwumi and the secretary to the trustees. Thank you very much for those suggestions and comments. The auditor's report, if there's any comment and feedback also from that, and also the 2025 audited financial statement, a message that had been dropped online definitely we're going to answer it. Yes, I see it from Mr. Olawale Roberts. I'm going to answer that question. Thank you. So you have the floor, man.
Yeah.
Again.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to speak. I'm just looking at the report of the year. Page 11, increase the domain name count by, okay, aggressively. That's the report of our business plan last year. So when we go to where the report was, when domain name count, I think for us to make good meaning of what the figures are, please, if there should be a percentage increase to say that this year we had this number.
Percentage increase.
Yes, on the page
on
of
the
the
page.
figures.
On those figures.
Yes, on those figures.
Okay.
Let's
I think
compare
that is
2024 with 2025, just like that. It will make it more meaningful to us. Okay. And 3.0, you said status
page 25. On page 25, I can see.
you can see it, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So
All right.
percentage increase
Increase,
on
it should-
year in, year out.
yeah,
Yes.
give more information.
Thank
So
you.
still on page 11.
Page 11. Okay.
Yes, I saw improve organizational capacity and effectiveness by constitutional review to eliminate the executive management responsibility. I think we were to do that and say what we have done for the year. Was it done?
I think there's an item on the agenda to be
I know, but we are just doing
okay to
the
report.
The
Okay.
report will say, okay, we tried this or what, or we didn't do it. Okay, because the membership will not
Yeah.
to know. Okay, thank you.
Apologies.
Thank you.
Something was written before.
Okay.
Yes. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you very much. I'm just still on. Okay, if another, I still have some on the report, and we have not gone to the account. Okay, so. Pardon? Okay, all right. So, do I go to the accounts? Okay. If there's no other one, so that others will speak. Report of the year. Report of the year.
Yes.
We don't go to account. Yes. It's report.
Thank you, my president, board members. Okay, it's based on what you raised. My name is Mohammed Rodman. Good afternoon, everyone. In terms of domain, honestly, on page 25, what I would recommend we start doing, instead of like reporting, if you look at it in terms of the bar chart there, you can see it's comparing month of October, November, December. I think it should just be based on years 2024, 25, 26. So you can see the growth, yes, annual. So you can see the growth. But if you look at December, in that report, if you minus 2024, the correction I have there is that if you add the figures in each of those columns, for example, in 2023, you have 8,134 registrations, you have renewals, 4,017. By the time you add those figures, you will not have 212,000. There is something missing. How did you come about the numbers? But I know because some of the registrations are done for 5 years, some are done for 10 years, so that is how you came about that figure. But for somebody that is not an insider, he would like, what is happening? You are putting a miracle there. Okay, so that, but if you are to minus, for example, 2024, we have total registrations of 229,583. If you minus 212,890, you see that the total growth is 16,693. If you minus from 2025, you minus 2024, you will see that you have registered an increase of 5,303. And I happen to go back to the former reports. I just I have it online. I just checked. I now realize that between 2022 and 2023, there was a 29,000
domain increase. So if you look at it, the trend is 29,000 increase between 2021 to 2022. In 2023 to 2024 is only 16,000, and now is 3,300. So the trajectory of the domain registration is dropping. We are able to cope with the financial stability because of the increase of the price, but it's something honestly to be concerned about, and so that we'll look into it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So that is noted. We'll on the reporting, so that we'll do a year in, year out on that, so that any new person that picks up the book will be able to it will be more explainable to them. Thank you, and also thank you for the suggestion. Is a collective thing. So globally, the domain name this thing is dropping. So we'll try as much as possible to see what we can do to make sure we have more adoption. Thank you, sir. And we also have more of people registering for longer years right now. Thank you. We're still on report for the year. So, okay, there's no hands up. There's no hands up, but there have been question. I think the question was on the financial statement. Yes, and also suggestions. There are some suggestions. It should rather be, yeah, there are some suggestions. We're going to read them. They're going to read them. Yes, I think there is a need for detailed report for proper. Okay. So it has to do with the financial statements. Yeah. So we're going to read them right now. So I'll just auditors reports. Any comments? If there's auditors report, okay.
Thank you, auditors. I also want to bring to your attention that we expect you, when reporting, that if there are changes in our policies, please report it for us. Let's know that we change our financial year. You know, there was a time we changed our financial year, and our auditors reported that. Then we changed how we recognize domain name income. The auditors reported on that. So whenever there is a policy change that affects or that will impact our figures in terms of finances, we expect the auditor to say, during the year, the executive board came up with a new policy and we are changing from this. They changed from this and we checked it and it was okay. So that's what we expect from you. And I think going forward, please, let's have those reports. Thank you.
Thank you. So we're on the auditor's report. Okay, I can see a hands up. If it is on the auditor's report, is it on the auditor's report? Yes. The media, I think it can unmute, right? Okay, please, Mr. Lawrence, you can unmute. We are on the auditor's report.
Thank you. I believe you can hear me okay. I'm not able to put on my video because it's not allowed. I don't know why. But can you confirm you can hear me?
We can't hear. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know if. No. It's not muted, but we can't hear.
Yes, I'm speaking.
Media is. Can you hear him?
We
Hello?
can hear you online, but I don't think they can hear you in the hall.
Hello.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you, Barrister. So I think it's Mr. Lawrence. Can you retry? We could hear.
Yes, this is Lawrence again, please.
Okay, we can hear you now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes. Good day. Not to take so much time. My question to the auditors is, I'm not too sure if you were provided the details of the budget for 2026. I see a big variance between the figures we have in 2025 and what you, the auditors, have provided to us for this particular meeting. I would like to know why we have this variance and what the true position is. From the audited report, from the audited accounts, we should be referencing income in the tune of 1.3 billion for 2025. But the management account for 2025 puts that figure at about 997 million. Please, what's the true position and how did we end up with different figures?
Okay, thank you. I think there's an explanation. Whether this will suffice, I'll give the floor to Madam CEO to explain. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Olawale Roberts, for your question. So the explanation for that is basically in the differences in presentation of financial reports. You notice that the auditor's report is mainly in the concise format. And like you mentioned in your email, the income and expenditure report is more for internal use. So we try to break down the expenditure items so that it's detailed and we can be able to track and monitor the performance. So if you notice from the audited financial account, the expenditure is 676 million. And for the actual for 2025 in the budget figure is 771 million. If you look at that in absolute figure, you realize that there's a difference. But the presentation and the components of the expenditure items, they are different. So for example, the budget adopts more of an expanded approach, which I had mentioned, just for us to be able to monitor all of the line items clearly. But for the auditors, for financial reporting purposes, they have a different methodology that they adopt. So let me just give you an example. The difference that I mentioned in the expenditure, where you have 676 million and 771 million. If you look at the breakdown under the notes, that's note 16, you will see registrar's incentive, which is lumped together in that particular expenditure item. But in the budget, is a separate line item. But for the audited financial report, it has been consolidated. So there are no differences. There are no differences in terms of the numbers. It's only in a manner of presentation.
Thank you. As a follow-up to your response, Madam, thank you for offering that. I can understand that there could be.
Mr. Lawrence.
Mr. Lawrence, in the accounts they presented, the actual accounts contains what is it called, foreign exchange gain of 400 and something thousand, while the accounts they presented for about 400 million foreign exchange gain. That is not captured in the budget presented based on the income. They only considered income of the domain sales and other things, but they did not consider the foreign exchange gain. That is the difference. I hope it's clear now.
Okay, that's clear. And does that also account for the difference in the surplus?
Yes, so that's what also accounts in the surplus. In the surplus too, if you look at the account, you will see the total surplus that they added there. But the actual surplus is 200 and something million. By the time you add the 400 million, that's the surplus of 600 and something million. So in the accounts, they removed the foreign exchange gain in the budget account. But in the actual account, that is considered. I hope I'm making.
Yes, you make a lot. It makes a lot of sense now. The confusion is if we are adding the reserve, if I can use that word, to the account for the particular year, it will cause this kind of issue because we are looking at accounts for 2025. So is that the best practice?
Yes, so this is the best practice. That's how it's supposed to be. For management account, it's captured separately from an audited account because the management are fully aware that there is such foreign exchange gain.
Thank you. This helps.
Thank you.
So budgets would look at, sorry, my name is B. Oladipo. Budgets would look at operations, while the audited account will look at the total performance of the organization and will look at other incomes. Your budget is not looking at other incomes. Your budget is just looking at this is the business that I do. This is what I'm going to make. And budgets usually will be pessimistic to say in terms of revenue, your income will be pessimistic, so that you will strive as much as possible to do the best that you can with your operations to make the money. And then when other things now come in, that will be windfalls that comes from other places, and then you cannot put that in your final account. I hope that sheds the light.
Thank you, B, for raising that. You didn't include, when you are doing budgeting, you will include your foreign exchange differences. Okay, gain or loss, because you don't even know what the foreign exchange will be. So you can't estimate. It's the external factor. You can't estimate. So we need to give ourselves this full information and education, so that we don't act or assume that there are issues when there are none, or there are errors when there are none. That's for budgeting as against the actual thing. You record what you did. Yes, I spent 2 NiRA, I spent 3 NiRA. But when I was estimating, estimating like 1 NiRA. And at the end of the day, I spent 3. If you see transport and traveling, the estimate we gave was not what we spent. We spent more than that, far more than that, because there were external factors like exchange and the inflation. Fuel went from was it 600 to 1,000 plus. So, and transportation, airfares today is crazy. So you cannot imagine that. So those are things you take into consideration when you are reading this account. Don't read it in isolation. Remember that the estimate, what we have estimated, like this year we have made estimate for 2026. We can only know what we are up against at the end of the year. That's when the real thing answers. But since I'm still standing, I have my comment on these audited accounts. Okay, just like I said before. But let me do I say disclaimer. I would say is disclaimer. I'm not standing as board. I'm a BOT member. I'm not speaking on behalf of the BOT. I'm speaking as a NiRA member. Please. So what I'm going to say now, please look, is my personal. In ICANN, they say I'm speaking on my personal personal basis. It's on my personal basis, my observation. Okay. So, and the other disclaimer I want to say is that I initiated Ndukwe Kalu Foundation in NiRA when Ndukwe passed. So to immortalize his name, we said we should get Ndukwe Kalu Foundation. And this board, especially B and Remy and Olainka, those people that were the first board of e-board members, they supported that we do that. So that's the disclaimer I want to make. The third disclaimer I want to make is that I am a member, I chair the Ndukwe Carlos Foundation Board of Trustees today. So I want to make those ones clear, so that when I'm speaking, just take it that I have made these disclaimers. So I want to look at our charitable organization. That is our support to Ndukwe Kalu Foundation, our collective understanding that we should have Ndukwe Kalu Foundation, and page what? Page 37.
Page 37.
It's not page 37. We're already on, we have passed that one. Finances. Page 50, 52. 52. So in 2025, we had 105 for Ndukwe Kalu Foundation. And in 2026, we have 105 for Ndukwe Kalu Foundation. Did it not move? Did we not give them anything this year? It might be that we gave them and we gave them something and the money was released to them. Yes, the same page, there's a charitable organization fund. This is why I told the auditors that they should tell us when there's a policy change. There was a policy change we did not recognize or we did not spot in 2024. In 2024, the board decided to change that the policy of providing 20% of our surplus for Ndukwe Kalu Foundation activities. The board changed it in 2024. We did not spot it because of the issues we had 2024. Some of us could. I joined online, I couldn't talk. So those are things. Please, when these things happen, it's good to draw the attention of the association that we are changing policy on this. The association was told that each year, when we have any surplus, 20% of it should be provided for Ndukwe Kalu Foundation activity. But this one started in 2018. That was when it was approved as we came for AGM. I think Sunday Folayo was I think he's still online. He was the president then. His presidency, we started changing. And Mohammed actualized it because we have to change, review the Ndukwe Kalu Foundation constitution and reconstituted the board of trustees. This is not, I think we should do a prior adjustment because the changes that we collectively agreed that we should give them 20% of our surplus. Except they are not doing what we asked them to do, then we withdraw it. If they are doing what we have set out to do in Ndukwe Kalu Foundation, to give back to the society, again, our money we cannot share. We did not do anything to get this money. It is our is trust for our people. So we should be able to say, okay, let's do activity. If they are not doing enough, tell them they are not doing enough. Tell them what to do, how we want it done. But if we have agreed that we should give them 20% of our surplus, please and please again, I think a prior adjustment needs to be done until the board comes back to us to say that, no, we want to make it 10% because of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 issues. And then we take it. That's why I did the disclaimer so that you know where I'm coming from. I'm not coming from, is an observation I've noticed. Last year we didn't observe it, but this year we observed it. Auditor, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma. If you look at page 52, under funds, there is a clause there, charitable funds, NKF. The association will transfer the lower of 10% of its yearly surplus or 50 million naira to NKF, which serves as the corporate social responsibility arm of Nigeria Internet Registration Association. If we turn our report to changes in equity, you will see in and out flow of 50 million naira during the year and 50 million naira disbursed to NKF. So that settles the major the difference between the two. I mean, that settles the exactly. Thank you.
So once again, good afternoon. So you're correct. We agreed actually on 20%. That was deliberated during an AGM. What is stated here is either 10% or 50 million. I don't know, but it didn't say which other one is less as per se. But to be honest with you, because the surplus possibly, I don't know how they took the decision, but possibly because, you know, you have like foreign exchange gain. If you look at our surplus in our accounts now, it says 660. If they are to give 20% of that as a surplus, that will be 120 million, which is more than 60% of the actual surplus, because the surplus you will consider is excluding foreign exchange gain, because it's exactly the same amount of dollars that you have. So what I will recommend to the board is to please, I'll plead with you to adjust it back to the 20% that is agreed upon, but you should minus any foreign exchange gain in considering that surplus. Yeah, from the core surplus, not in the total surplus. Or what do you think, ma? No, I know, but you see, I understand that's not what you agreed. But if, for example, I said if I'm doing business, if whatever I get as a surplus, I will give you 20%. And in that business, I generated 1 million naira, but I have dollars that have increased by 2 million. I will now say that profit of that dollar too, I will add it and give it to you. Because that dollar can also go back and drop. We have seen dollar last year at a higher amount. Now it's a lower amount. And then instead of seeing surplus, you will see foreign exchange loss. So because you are foreseeing the future, you can't add it and say this is like a profit. It's not a profit. So the actual surplus, that is what we should consider. That's what I'll plead with the board. That's so that we can make progress on this, ma. Thank you.
For this explanation is good, is logical. But if we are to sell our assets today, if we sell our dollars today, we'll get that money, we'll get that cash. So, it's not that the money is not there. So I just want to read something to you. The relationship between Internet Society and the Internet Society Foundation is built on shared mission to support an open global connected internet while they operate as distinct entities. The foundation relies on the Internet Society for its primary financial support. The funding mechanism, the ISOC Foundation is primarily funded through the surplus revenue generated by the Internet Society's involvement in management of the public interest registry, just like we have our own registry. So PRI is non-for-profit corporation created by ISOC and then operates the .org top-level domain. When individuals or organizations register a .org domain name, a portion of that registration fees flows to the Internet Society. So if we have that, there's the registration, and we know that this is our money. Any year we don't have, 2020, we went on negative, we did not provide. 2021, we did not provide. 2022, we had a lot of money. I mean, 2019, we did not provide. 2020, we did not provide. But 2022, we had a lot of money. We provided 20%, and it was a high figure. So it doesn't change it. Whether we are on loss, we maintain our policy. But if the policy is changing, I'm not saying that the policy cannot change. It can change. But let it be reported by the president, by the auditors, and we are changing. If you are changing our depreciation, let it also be reported. That's all I need. I'm saying. So any year we have deficit, there were 2 years we had deficit and we did not provide. And I have the I went back to 2018 to see what had happened. So yes, now we didn't provide. We did not provide because we had deficit. But after that, we went back to surplus and we provided 20%. Thank you.
Thank you very much, yeah. Be Oladipo again for the records. Okay. I will also put a caveat. And the caveat is that NKF is not ISOC Foundation. It's NiRA Foundation. It's not ISOC Foundation. So we can't be looking at what ISOC and ESMA. It's always very good to compare Apple with compare Agbalumo with Agbalumo and not Agbalumo and banana. They are two different things. While I appreciate what you're saying, and it's the essence of why we're here, and our policies, we've had instances when our policies have been tested, and our constitutions have been tested, our policies have been tested, and we've come out very clean with them. So I agree that yes, the General Assembly took a decision to appropriate 20%, and we agreed. Well, the board made a proposal to the General Assembly. The General Assembly approved it. So I agree with you. Yes. So procedurally, maybe there's something that the board should have done. However, I think that when we made because I was on the board that made that proposal of 20%. When we made that proposal of 20%, our revenues were very small. Our income was very small. And as things are growing, we need to be realistic. Okay? So I'm not faulting the board for making the proposal or taking the step to adjust based on the reality of things, which I think we should all be proud of, that they are being proactive in looking at how things are working. However, the only place I can fault the board is to say, okay, it was implemented without getting the concurrence of the General Assembly. That's the only thing. But that they should take that decision to make that adjustment, I think it's fair and they are within their rights. So I don't think we should drag all of this. So maybe what we should do is at this AGM, we'll wait for them to make the proposal, and then the AGM will say yes or no.
Can I also add to it that the part that my able Oga, Mr. Rodman, was taken is not going to be sustainable for the foundation by saying that they should remove the foreign gain before they give them that 20%. If you look at what has come in this year is about 200 something million. 20% of that might not be able to sustain that foundation. That's what I'm thinking. So if we want to be doing that, I don't mind whatever percentage we want to do, but let it be from the total surplus.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Just for the record, so wait for me, okay. In aligning myself softly with all those that have actually spoken, including Madam Uduma and Rudman as well as B. I think we should first of all get to hear from the e-board. Okay, now that we have highlighted some of the challenges around that. Just like B said, the thought was proactive in nature, but then the process was where the fault is. Okay, so if the e-board could quickly put their heads together and leverage on this AGM, because otherwise it will be another AGM. Okay, so that we can get this resolved right away. And that will also take care of what Shegu was saying, because it only depends on what you propose to us that will now determine whether we are going to move on with it or not. Thank you. Okay, said some people are like, want to say something?
Mr. President, I would like to talk on the NKF if I'm being permitted to.
Let's quickly take Michael Gbadebo. His hand is up. Anybody that wants to talk, please, Mr. Mike Egbadibo, is this still on the same thing?
Mr. President, I can't raise my hand, please, because I'm driving, but I would like to speak on the NKF.
Please, just hold on. Some other people, hands are raised up. Mr. Dari.
Hi, can you hear me, everybody? Good evening, good afternoon, should I say?
Yes,
Can you hear
yes.
me? Yes, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. First comment, please, could we have, as part of the invitation to the AGM, a copy of, electronic copy of the report that you guys have? Because when you refer to pages, we don't have that. We just have the loose documents. It would be very helpful to have a PDF if you can. My question or notice to the MKF guys is that please can I request that they update their website regularly? The last news item on the website was 2024. Until I read the chairman's report, I thought the the foundation wasn't doing much. So it will be very helpful because that's the only way we can actually follow what they're doing. And also, may I ask, is there a report on their own financials as part of, this AGM and the financial report here? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, members. I have the authority of the president and the board to just share a few things around the NKF from our perspective as a board. Our role is the executive board, and for the 2 times we've had the opportunity to just dig deeper into NKF when they've come for during our retreats. We usually struggle with a number of things, and that is what led to the decision we made. Actually, we had put the same statement in last year's AFS, in last year's brochure. We also had it, so perhaps it's kept members to notice that. But the truth of the matter is that the board wasn't and isn't comfortable about certain aspects of NKF. Now, perhaps when it was, we do not think about this with respect to disparaging the vision that our forebears had for why NKF exists. I mean, that's the truth. We do not disparage that. But because we are also coming from with our own experiences, each time we look at the entire structure, the analysis, corporate governance, we also struggle as a board. So the question is, do we just rubber stamp what has been done or what has been said in the past, or do we try to bring some level of transparency and different things? Now, I'm not saying that AKF is doing anything, but the ES, each time she comes, we struggle with a number of things. And if you ask, each time you take a vote on the board, it's usually a struggle. This started even with the tenure of the former president, Alhaji Rudman. They always had a way to convince us eventually to make progress. And so we made progress in that regard. However, this time around, also because you also have newer people who want to understand where is this. So this money doesn't look much, but when we look at it, it is actually much. So where is this? A foundation that is, yes, the NiRA Foundation, like Mommy said, it is it's a money that's coming from a national resource. But honestly, we sit down and we struggle with. So, for example, during the last, Mr. President, can I proceed? What? Yeah, that's why. So let me stop here. Let me stop here, which is why I knew that I'm not sure whether that should proceed. No, no, you see, a member of the board asked a member of the not BOT, a member of the General Assembly asked a question about NKF financials. What I would say is that if the board, if for instance, the General Assembly says that we should represent this and increase the amount of, for example, increase the percentage back to where it was, one of the things that we would ask as a board is possibly a restructuring of how NKF operates. That's the truth, because we've had hours of brainstorming on this. So I would say that for members, the board took this decision in good faith, because we believe that a foundation that has received some monies over and over again should begin to think of how to be sustainable as an NGO. So those are part of the questions we've asked, for how long, what is the future sustainability? Because the reality, just like our media past president said, the reality is that domain name business is threatened, and there's no other threats than what is happening in the AI space, right? So we know that, and every income and every expenditure has to be accounted for. So I think at this point, I would say that we love the vision of NKF, but we are actually asking, as a board, we're actually asking deeper questions on how we can make the organization much more sustainable. Thank you.
So, thank you for that. Honestly, it's the responsibility of the board to take a decision on NKF to hire and fire. So it's not proper that you come here and say they are not performing. You should be fully responsible for it. You are the ones that are giving the money. Ensure that they are accountable for those funds. The truth of the matter is, if you starve them of funds, they cannot make any progress. And considering that we agreed on 20%, even if it's 20 billion that NiRA makes, as long as it's a generated revenue, we should be able to give them that percentage so that they can be able to make huge impact. And we know the value of currency now and the value of currency then, is different. So I'll plead that let's remain a status quo of the 20% that we agreed upon, and make sure that you go back to the drawing board and ensure that it's based on the direction that you are giving them, that they are implementing. Let's ensure that there is, because the whole objective is, by doing CSR, people will see that this is their own .ng and it's adding value to the lives of Nigerians, and therefore they'll be able to buy .ng. That is the purpose. So, and that's what I would just plead, that so that we don't drag on this matter. Please, let's leave it as status quo based on the earlier agreement, and let's make sure that the board takes the final decision on ensuring that we're running the NKF properly. Thank you.
Okay, just for the records again, in support of what Mohammed just said, I think we need to save ourselves the stress. I've said it earlier that if it means taking back what the proactive step you people have taken, you take it back for now and propose whatever you want to be done based on your own reasoning. Okay, but for now, just like you said, let the status quo remain until the right steps are taken, so that we don't keep dragging this. Okay, if it's a proposal, all of you are here, or most of you are here. You put your heads together. You want to raise as a proposal to us now, good and fine. If you want to defy it, good and fine. Okay, so the earlier we do that, the better, because I think it's only the GA that can actually give that approval. That's why I was suggesting if you can put your heads together. But if you think it will take you more time, you can take it back and then do the right thing. I'm sure all of us will get to a point of understanding each other, because these are just a little gap. Thank you.
My name is Nkemweke for the records, please. I just want to correct, though my emeritus has The emeritus president has done that, but I still want to emphasize on that. I was a member of that particular board that actually gave the 20%. The 20% thing wasn't just because we weren't doing well due to the revenue. Please. We did that because we had to do it, because we felt it was necessary to do it at that point in time. And let's, moving forward, you realize that even the value, if you compare the value of what we had then, of the 20% then and the 20% now, you see that probably that was much higher than what they're giving her now. So please, we had that 20%, not because what we're generating was not good enough. We felt it was necessary that they had enough money to push that. Thank you.
My name is Kingsley, Abraham Kingsley. On this issue, I have an observation that, you pardon me, I have a very small voice. The decision to make that money available to the foundation was done by the General Assembly, if I get it correctly. It means that even the board itself does not have the power to cut it. It should have been brought back to the General Assembly to put a vote on it. That is one. Then the second is that you made mention of, how do you put it, internet domain names going distinct. It is not entirely true, because our problem is that, yes, we have made a whole lot of progress, because I remember I came to this organization the first time in 2013, and there has been a very whole lot of improvements. But we are not doing well in our, how do we put it, at 234 domain names. We are doing very poorly, because it's just far below, not far below, but less than 1% of our population as a nation. So I think the effort should be more on re-strategizing and see how we can improve on marketing our domains and making them more attractive for the people to subscribe to. So in summation, I'm saying that the board actually does not have power to cut the money due to the this foundation. And if there are things that are going wrong there, we should know. It should be laid open. It's not something you said you're deciding within yourselves. That's my humble opinion.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to commend Mr. Agbata for making that statement that they are not comfortable. They are saying some things. I want to say that the same way you are saying that NKF, like you are not comfortable with some things. Some of us as members too are not comfortable with some expenses the board is making. For instance, and we need to say it, because if you are looking that direction, we are here, and it will help you to also scrutinize whatever is going on. Now, for instance, I look at the expenses and I saw 35 million for business development. And I look at it that maybe you, thank God, there are serious allegations that has been sent by email. I'm sure everyone has read those mails. And President has said that today they are going to respond to those things. Now, 35 million for business development. I look at it that what business are we developing? With all the development, we have 3,000 domains in a year. That's one. Number two, 13 million for consultancy. To be honest, we are not prudent with our spending. There was a day I approached the president, said that, if I'm the president, there are some expenses I will try to cut. For instance, for AGM, we budgeted, I don't know if you have, now we budgeted 5 something for the AGM. Meanwhile, the budget income is less than that. Now think about it. If NiRA is not selling domain name, it will have gone the way of, can I use NIG, Nigerian Internet Government for Nigerian Internet Group? We don't hear all those associations again. Now let's look at how we are going to be sustainable. Even look at the side of membership. If domain is not there, okay, what if NiRA collects say the aspect of domain business, we want to take over it. I'm sure nobody will be coming for AGM again because of the way we are running now. There are serious allegations that we need to answer here. The way you are looking at it, that you are not comfortable with some expenses, we also as members, we are looking at that and we require response. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so now that you raised this, thank you for raising it. But the truth of the matter is, all the members of NiRA are the ones causing it. You can't eat your cake and have it. When we proposed, this same board proposed that you remove the E from the board, executive board. You completely, all NiRA members overwhelmingly said no. They want it to be an executive. So you want somebody to be an executive that is accountable. He's working for you like a slave, and you don't want him to get something. And you what? No, I'm just telling you the truth. Let me tell you the truth. The getting something is there are office perks and privileges. We know that one. You are the one saying they travel internationally. If I'm an executive board, why won't I travel internationally? Why? Why? No. So wait. I'm coming. I'm coming. Wait. It's so no. Let me land. Please. Some of the members that they want to leave it as executive because they are also waiting for their own turn. So that when they come, they want to fly as well. That is why overwhelmingly, no, let's be honest with ourselves. No. I'm telling you the truth. So for a president, let's be realistic. For a president, I see issue of car. People raising issues of car. Yes, you see, if you want to have a peaceful board that can make progress, I can assure you 100%. You can go and Google search. No CCTLD in the world is running completely with an executive board. Why are we an abnormality and we are still ensuring that it's an abnormal system that you are running? It's like the Nigerian constitution and the things that are happening. If they make you president, you can't do jack. You can't do jack because the system itself is not correct. So when you say somebody is an executive director in a bank, he is an executive director. He's different from a board member. Do you know? So, no. So yes, a board member can undo and undo. Now, this current president you are seeing, he is the chief executive officer of NiRA. No, that's the word accountability. No. Wait. Nobody is saying, no, wait. No. Let me explain to you, please, my brother. Nobody is saying you should not do it. You see, if you are a landlord, Shagun, my brother, you are a landlord, and somebody, your own tenant, is not cleaning his side of the compound. Are you supposed to go to his window when he's sleeping? When the window is open and look, you are not sweeping the window. No, you are supposed to go and knock properly. So if you have issues with the board, there are proper channels of channeling those issues. Not that randomly you throw things, bam, outside. Throw things, bam, outside. So it means people like us that wants to have peace. We are seeing that somebody is trying to come and cause disruption. And at the end, when you create chaos, what will happen is NiRA will fail. So if I'm you or anybody in NiRA, please, if you have any personal issues or challenges against the board, I am in for it. If they do anything illegal, to God who made me, reach out to me, I'll fight them. I will fight them. But because when they do things, no, there is a process in NiRA. Everything that is spent goes through a process. The board writes a budget. They just shared with you here. You have seen the money that they will spend. They go through approval. The trustees are fully aware that they will spend it. And if they go and spend it, now you are concerned that they're traveling, they're spending 20 million, 50 million. What are they really doing? When they showed it here, you didn't say, you people should stop traveling. No. You kept quiet. If you want to do this thing, I'm being realistic with you. To be honest with you, if you continue with an executive board, there is no way you can control it because legally, in CAC Kama, it gave them that right. As a chief executive officer, he can buy an official car and drive. And there is nothing you people can say here. If you don't want him to drive that car, go and remove his executive role. That is the truth of the matter. Thank you. Thank you.
You see, Mohammed, thank you so much for taking us. Even though at the risk of us going away from the AGM agenda, because now we've moved away from audit to discussing other things. It's supposed to be audit, but we have moved to other things. Now, a few things that we all need to understand. There are ways organizations function. And if we don't have that understanding, whatever anybody does will look like magic and it will look like juju. Organizations function in a certain way. The CAC has given guidelines and has also allowed the organizations to have policies with which to guide themselves. If those policies are not being followed, that's why the auditor is there to say, are they doing it right or are they not doing it right? Are they following the systems that they have said they will follow? And then they have benchmarked financials reporting on a standard. If the AGM, we can decide that we don't want a particular auditor again, let's bring another auditor. When you do that, the auditor will come and report what he has seen. As long as a budget has been provided and we have approved the budget, what we have done is we have empowered them to run it and spend that money. That's what we have done. And then at the end of it, they will come and give accounts and we will discuss those accounts. Okay? But when we now take a stand to say, oh, you are doing no. If you have specifics, point at those specifics, provide the proofs, and then let them answer to it. I don't think we're all here to come and fight ourselves. We're all here to come and reason. We all went to school. Me, I'm a teacher. We all went to school. Whether senior or junior, I'm a teacher. We all went to school. So we're not here to fight. It's for the, you see, one of the mistakes that we make is that if we quarrel amongst ourselves and we tear the place down, it's the organization that will suffer, it's Nigeria that will suffer. So we need to cool down and reason with ourselves. Please, if you have specifics and you have proofs for it, show it. If what you are requesting is that trustees should put panel, we will put panel. Me, I can, Iya is here. We will put panel. But I don't want us to look at it as it's me against them or they against us. It's an organization that, and you see, one of the things that we miss is the fact that this organization, I was telling the guest that I invited, I was telling her that all you are seeing in terms of the assets, the total assets and the balance sheet of the organization started from minus. Minus. Some of us lent the organization money. Okay? So that we took some of the decisions that we took. Yeah, is here. That we took some of the decisions that we took at that time was deliberate. It's so that all of us can sit down here and be part of something. This organization is a multi-stakeholder organization, and I can tell you, as far as Nigeria is concerned, this is the flagship of such organizations in Nigeria that has worked till now. So we're doing something right. And I don't want us to now build something and then use our hand to drag it down. So please, if there are specifics, there's a channel for doing it. Let's follow those channels. Because if anything happens now, tomorrow, they will say, oh, NiRA people, they are fighting because of money. It's the perception of .ng. We are still trying to build numbers. We are trying to build numbers. Somebody has asked a question here about numbers. We are trying to build numbers. And then we are destroying the foundation of the numbers. So please, there's no any, what is it called? I was on the board for 14 years. I didn't earn a salary for one day. Yes, I went for ICANN meetings. And the interesting thing is that I went for ICANN meetings. Most of the ICANN, I started going for ICANN meetings with my own money even before NiRA started sponsoring us for ICANN meetings. Even after NiRA started sponsoring for ICANN meetings, the money NiRA was giving for ICANN meetings could only do one ICANN meeting a year. One. And I attend 3 ICANN meetings till today. So, it's passion and interest for most of us who are sitting down here. NiRA doesn't pay us. So please, I'm begging us, this organization we have built, we are still building, let's call ourselves together and face ourselves and say, we would hold on to this and build it and take it somewhere. If all of us in this room and those online decide that this coming year, I will contribute at least 10 domains to the numbers. Let's count our numbers and multiply by 10. See how many it would come on to. So please, let's work together and build this organization. That's all I'm going to say.
I think we are the old ones that are still talking because we have passion. We're invested in this institution. We're invested in .ng. We're invested in Nigeria being at the map. So when they show the map of all the CCTLDs, we want to be one of the top ones. And if we use little things to tear ourselves down, will not work. Both Mohammed and B, they've spoken well, and if there's anybody online, they've spoken well. Please and please, we can't eat our cake and have it. We said, let's remove executive. You said no. So executive is doing executive work. So they are doing executive work. So please, if you don't want them to be executive again, vote them out as executive. Let them be board members only. That's what they have been proposing to us. And that's what we did last time. And all of you, you said no, no. And now you are telling, well, having said that, the truth is that even when you do budgeting at the beginning of the year, you say you want to spend 10 naira. I said it before. You find out that externalities will cost it. And let me tell you this, removing executive doesn't mean that you cannot travel again. I do travel. I'm no more on their board. I do travel minimum of 3 times in a year. I go to ICANN meeting once. I go to IGF. So I put myself into, please develop yourself in the ecosystem. Look at Dr. Akimbo now. He's a Oga in ICANN because he developed interest. Develop such interest and travel. You don't even need NiRA money to travel. I had paid my fares to ICANN meeting several times. So I don't ask them. I didn't ask NiRA to send me. So, but what we are saying is this. Let's reason together. Let's understand ourselves. It's not me against them or they against me. No. Even any point we bring here is for us to reason and agree and take a resolution, and they will implement what we have agreed. Thank you for understanding us, Shego. Thank you.
Yes, please. I know quickly we are pressed for time. This is 4 o'clock and so it's 11. Please, I want to play with us. I'm going to take just the last comments, a minute each from two. Okay. Okay, yes, I have online. I'm going to take my immediate past president. But Mr. Dare, are you still online before it comes up? Just now. Mr. Dare, is he online? Okay, so quickly, let's have Reverend Colonel Sunday Folayo online, please. We've not taken somebody online since. You can unmute yourself, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Distinguished members of NiRA, I know I was given 1 minute, but let me quickly address 4 issues that I want to talk about because I don't know what has been spoken about because the link was not good. I'm in a village. But I'd like to address 4 issues, which are things I observed both in the report and from comments online. The first has to do with the executive board. I think we are trying to eat our cake and have it back. Members unanimously voted that they want an executive board. And members are still complaining about the cost of an executive board. I think there is something not right there. Right now, to run NiRA, there are costs attached to having an executive board. And we have over time tried to educate. People were always using campaign of calumny to get rid of beautiful ideas. In my own time, the argument by most actors was that Folayan wanted to come back as executive president after finishing it. Now a president has tried to do it before the end of his tenure to say, I do not want to run NiRA again as an executive president. And we unilaterally said unanimously that no, we want you to continue to run it. Yet we are also complaining of accountability, probity, and prudency. Haba, ejo now. Number 2, the arguments about board and president. The president did this. The president bought a luxurious car. The president bought this. There is no single person that can spend NiRA's money. It is not possible. If we are not comfortable to accuse the board, let us not accuse the president. The board is responsible for running NiRA, not the president. All things should be channeled to the board. And if the board is irresponsible, vote them out. If you are in a hurry, convene a special general meeting to remove all the boards. There's no point singling out the president. The president leads the board. When a board is irresponsible, then the president is their flagship of irresponsibility. Remove him, remove them. Number 3, probity and accountability. You want things. You are not patient to follow the process of ensuring that things are done properly. Yoruba say, Oju afo opotan, ija lo n dale. Let us follow due process if we want people to follow due process. Last but not the least, before people come to argue, let them read our constitution. It helps. The constitution makes it clear that dues, membership dues, is the prerogative of the board. It is not the prerogative of the annual general meeting. A board that brings dues to annual general meeting is being polite. The AGM cannot fix membership dues. AGM does not run the organization. It is run by the board. So the board will fix membership dues. You cannot be a judge in your own matter. So members elect the board. The board fixes the dues. If they fix a dues that is not okay by you, change them. But you cannot be micromanaging your board and coming out to say the organization is not working well. It pains me to see an organization that is running excellently well being made to look as if it is not doing well. For a 1 billion naira organization, how much is a four-wheel drive for our president who goes to represent us? Do we want a pauper to be our president? Even the ruling class, they put the children of the rich to lead us. Please, let us focus on the organization. Last but not the least, most of the people making noise about the presidency are the people who installed this president. Why are you worried about the president you put over us? Why are you worried about the president you put over us? Support him, let him succeed. Thank you very much. If I spent beyond 1 minute, I sincerely apologize for speaking too much. God bless you.
Thank you. Please, we're pressed for time. So we're going to quickly run and adopt all what we have before us. So from the president's statement, report for the year, auditor's report, audited 2025 audited financial statement, 2026 business plan and budget. Please, are they all adopted as we, oh, okay, as amended? Okay, I'm seeing so many hands. Please, somebody should just, so that for the record, names.
Dr. Adebumi Akimbo.ng as one of my domain names. Bridging, which is a .ing. Culturing, which is .i.ng for the records. I want to move the motion for the adoption of the 5 items that have been proposed by the House or read to us as report at this annual general meeting, the 18th of its kind. Thank you.
As amended, seconded.
Well, Mr. President, before secondment, I have an observation on business plan. That observation is that prior to this AGM, sorry, for the records of way framing working. Yes. There was an extensive constitutional review, and just like every other person who have spoken, alluded to, the constitution did not pass as it were according to our constitution. Okay, the constitutional review did not pass according to our constitution. So, and this is a financial business plan and strategy for the financial year 2026. And that's page 56. And considering that that did not pass, I found it somewhat surprising to see that listed as 01 in the business plan to improve the institutional effectiveness and all the voting that we already did. So it looks as if the board is going against the decision of the General Assembly, as it were. So I will propose that we expunge that from this plan. If that's taken, I will second the motion for us to move forward. Thank you, Mr. President.
It's taken. Please, oh yeah, please move the motion.
I said I've already seconded him.
Okay, thank you very much. Please, let's have a minute, please. A minute. Please, a minute.
Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, because I've been raising my hand severally here, so I don't really know.
You are taking part of the minute, please.
Oh, okay. Sorry, sir. Yeah, I have some observations there, so which I would like to raise because I have some concern based on some information that is available for us, which I want us to critically look at it. Because, you know, okay, yes, sir. Yes, that's why I was raising my hand, so I don't know where. Okay. Yes, I just, at least for the bill, yes, sir, I need to raise it.
AOB, we'll take it at the AOB.
Yes, but what I just want to take note is that, sir, I want to raise something, sir, at least. It's observation. That's what I'm saying that, okay. Yes. Okay, sir, when you are saying AOB, that's what I want to say that whenever you, sir, I want to say that whenever we are racist, like some people that are here are giving leverages. Some people are speaking more than 5, 6, 7 times here. I've been raising my hand for 10 times here. Nobody's speaking out. So I just want to pick that it's not fair for you to be present physically on assembly ground. You know, you are not giving that chance to speak. I have seen some people severally speaking here. So I need, yes. So I will be happy to share this maybe with the BOT because I saw some observations that is very critical. Okay, so it's about budgets. So I don't know if something that I can just say. So the 2026 budget proposed domain service income of 1.48. The 2025 actual is 851.4 million, which implies a required growth of 74.3% in a single year. The 2025 budget itself is 1.47, according to what is shared. So a miss, if you look at the difference, a miss of about 619.5 million. What am I saying in essence that the 2026 budget repeats the exact error by simply lifting the 2025 budget figure. Then if domain income grows at the same rate at 2024 to 2025, a strong year, the realistic of this particular, what I'm saying that 2025 budget overshoot with 619 million. That is negative 42%. If you go and look at our budget, minus 42%. 2026 budget assumes same target without explaining how the 619 million means will not reoccur in this present 2026. No market demand evidence, registrar growth data, or domain count projections that are provided. Secondly, if you look at the .ng Academy, we have the 2026 budget projected 63 million for .ng Academy income. The 2025 actual income from this stream was 1.5 million. So the 2025 budget shows zero. This represents over 4,100% for this present growth assumption from its near zero with no disclosed business model, revenue pipeline, or feasibility evidences. On the expenditure side, so I'm just saying that this particular budget that we are saying, okay, proposed and adopted, that how is the NiRA going to be cope with these present conditions? Thank you.
Okay, please, let's quickly take, please, that is noted. Please. Sorry?
Good afternoon once more.
Yes, that's the last.
My name is Barrister Mrs. Uzuamaka Onumono, and I want to speak on the business plan and strategy. I want to speak on the business plan and strategy for the year. And in speaking to that, I want to ask, the first question I want to ask is this: if you get someone to work on your website for you, what is the first domain name they want to get for you? Is it .com or .ng.com? Many of my, no, we want to ask ourselves that question. If you want somebody to develop a website for you today, they will never tell you to use .ng. They will tell you, oh, I have friends, my fellow loyal friends that want to start. They'll say, no, this, they told me that if I use .ng, it can't get as far as .com. It doesn't have the same effect. That is a lie because we are thinking it's a lie because we are members of NiRA. There is a brand perception regarding .com, .ng, which we need to work on. And that is why I'm going back to the business strategy. I'm giving this as an advice that I can see that you say under growth of the .ng domain namespace, you said increase .ng brand visibility through targeted digital marketing campaigns. Ordinarily, when you are browsing, you see webmail. They always tell you, come and, you can build your website immediately. I have not seen that from .ng that much. That means we are not doing so much work to make sure, because when it's popping into your eyes every day, one day you want to consider it. So for me, the first thing we need to work on is that brand perception. .ng as a brand, we need to push it. By the time it is accepted, when somebody wants to build a website, you find out that they may likely want to go for it. So that is what I'm thinking. So please, in our strategy for this year, let us treat it more as a brand that we want people to know about and, to latch onto at every opportunity, at the first opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's been noted. Thank you. We are pressed for time. This is almost 4:30. Mr. Dare, you wanted to talk? Please, a minute. I'm just seeing so many hands. We still have like 3 or 4 items on the listing. Please.
Just 30 seconds.
Please, I'm pleading with everybody. We need to move and the time.
Thank you. Thanks, Mr. President. And thank you, everyone. My name is Ebenezer Dare for the record. Sir, I want to ask a question. Maybe I'll be asking the Secretariat directly based on what Mr. Rudman said. The 20% for NKF, sir, was it approved by the General Assembly? If yes, can the Secretariat provide that minutes of the AGM? If the 20% was approved by the AGM or it was approved by the board, because I've been attending AGM now for over 10 years physically, I think it was just for your information to the General Assembly that this was what happened, that, okay, we've approved 20% for NKF. So I would like to personally request for the minutes of that meeting where the 20% was approved by the AGM, or if it's a board resolution, then we'll take it back to the board. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you for that. Secretariat will Secretariat, please take notes. Huh? Okay, please. Thank you. Please, we are moving on. So number 7, presentation of the report on the constitutional review based on, I think we know the results. Barrister Edet is on. Is he still online? Okay, yes, I can see him online. Please, just a minute or two so that we can just Barrister Edet, please. White time number 7.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, and good evening, everyone. We have already shared the summary of the report with the membership of NiRA, and so we all know the conclusion. So what I'm going to focus on this evening, so that I'll not take much of your time, I don't think I'll even take up to 2 minutes, is for us to take a look at some of the additional recommendations we made in the full report. I'm sure at the end of the day, the Secretariat will share the full report with membership, because the whole essence of the constitutional review was to enable us streamline the machinery of governance and then institute proper governance for NiRA. So whoever is in charge of the scrolling, can you just scroll down to the recommendations, please? Okay, back up a little bit. Yes. So scroll down a little bit. So the result of the voting were very clear. We did not meet any of the requirements for 2/3 majority, and so none of the recommendations that was made by the CRC was accepted. So in the course of our work, we have understood that one of the basic challenges was that a lot of people did not really understand what the aim and the target of the constitutional review was about. I think there was... Sorry, I'm making a presentation. Thank
Please
you.
go on.
Okay, thank you, sir. So I think there was just a misconception on what we were trying to achieve. And unfortunately, that did not sit well with a lot of the members. So in our final report, we've made certain recommendations which we believe that it will help in the advancement of the association if these recommendations were actually implemented based on what we have put forward. And whenever it is shared, we'll see those recommendations. So I'll just summarize the recommendations just as I close. The recommendations would include the following. Number one, we are recommending that there should be a review of the bylaws of NiRA. Those bylaws should be made public. NiRA members should actually have access to the bylaws so we really understand how those bylaws work and ensure that they are open and they can easily be amended based on the exigencies and the needs. So such bylaws as the electoral guidelines, operational administrative handbooks, membership bylaws, dispute resolution framework, finance and investment policy handbook, and then the board policy and governance charter. We think those should be reviewed to take into consideration some of the proposals that were made during the constitutional review. The electoral framework should also be reformed in order to enhance transparency and accountability and safeguards against manipulation of the process. Those were some of the fears that were expressed by some of the people that submitted memorandum to us. And then there's also the need for operational process enhancement. There should be clarity at every point in time. And of course, the membership register and governance should be periodically audited to ensure that it's only legitimate paying members that are actually participating in the activities of the association. So finally, we have attached the appendix, which was the participation list and then the voting result. So all in all, we have concluded that in this present round of the exercise, it wasn't successful for any of the changes that we proposed to be made to the Constitution. And so I hereby submit on behalf of the Constitutional Review Committee. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. That's a member of the trustees, Barrister Emmanuel Edet. We appreciate you, sir, for the good job done, and also the CRC members. We appreciate everybody on that committee. Next I'm going to invite the VP for the next item on the agenda.
All right, thank you, Mr. President. I think the next item is item 8, which is resolution 8.1. If you remember, there was a decision by the board to review the membership dues, which it has been communicated to the members, but there are some discussion around that, which with that, in further of the association commitment to sustain the operation enhancement services delivery and aligning with the prevailing economic realities, the board proposed upward review of the membership dues as follows. Individual membership dues shall be increased from 5,000 naira to 10,000 naira per annum. And then the corporate membership dues shall be increased from 10,000 naira to 20,000 naira per annum. So the proposed is revised. Membership dues shall take effect subject to the review, approval, and then ratification of the General Assembly at the 2026 Annual General Meeting. So we're here brought this for concurrence of the General Assembly. Thank you.
So to quickly put background into what we have, this was not presented at the last AGM. It's for more than over, I think, if I'm not mistaken, over 12 years that we've been on this fee. When you look at other association or other organization, non-for-profit like us, membership based, you will see that the amount they're even paying, I've not seen anyone paying less than 10,000. It had been 20,000, 20,000, 30,000. And reason for us bringing this up is this, so that to have the concurrence of the General Assembly. So it's at that point that we are now bringing if it is carried by the General Assembly, that the individual membership fee starting from 2020 2027 will be 10,000 naira. No. No, it has not been so. No. It has not been implemented. It was reversed. It has been reversed. Yeah, it has been reversed. So starting from 2027, in fact, once it carried after today, members will start paying 10,000 naira for membership fee, and while the corporate members will start paying 20,000 naira per annum. So do we have any contrary opinion to this? We are presenting here. I can see hands up and the questions here. Okay, please go ahead quickly so that we have the person online.
Just like with Destiny and Mana, just like with domain names, if you pay upfront for 5 years, if they've increased the price in the 3rd year, it doesn't affect you. In this case, if you're one of those people who likes to pay upfront for 3 or 4 or 5 years, will you now have to pay the difference for those other years? Okay.
No, you already paid before the amendment. Mr. Michael Gbadebo, quickly, any contrary opinion?
Thank you, Chair. Just one question before my statement. The budget that was presented today, did that include the rise in pricing that you're now proposing or not?
No.
So, and the budget you're proposing also ends with a surplus, or should I say in layman's term, profit at the end of the year?
Yes.
So what you're saying to us is that you are proposing to increase the price even when we're generating a profit of almost 600 million.
It's not the price. It's a membership due. Membership.
No. Membership due, by increasing it, that means your income is increased, surely.
Yes.
So so let me get this straight. We're struggling to sell more domains. The members are finding it difficult to generate profit. You're increasing or planning to increase the membership fee. Without increasing the membership fee, you're making money anyway. So I'm trying to understand that logic. Sorry, I just want to put everything so that you don't have to come back to me.
Okay.
So if you could explain that logic for me. My second point is that, may I ask why this proposal was not part of or done online? We did a constitutional amendment proposal thing, voting online. Why didn't we do this online as well? Why now? Why does our constitution say different, that we have to do two things differently? Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to respond to your question with regards increasing the membership dues in relation to the income. I think it's also important for us to know that for the proposed 2026 budget, the increase in membership dues is not reflected. We still maintain the current membership due rate, which is 5,000 for individual and 10,000 for corporate. However, it's also important for us to know that the membership dues is 1% or about 1% of the total revenue. So it's not a major revenue driver, but it's part of the contribution of the members to the running of the organization. I hope I have answered your question. There's also a presentation that we have on the membership dues, which actually shows the percentage increase, the rationale for the increase, as well as the proportion of that relative to as well as the proportion of the membership dues relative to the total revenue. So you can see what is on the screen now, that currently we have out of a total of 1,002 members. We only have 452. The number has increased as of today. We only have 452 members. What this means is that we have less than 45% of NiRA members being financial members. So in terms of contribution of even the total members to the running of the organization, it's not all members that are financially compliant. So you can see the percentage compliance rate here, even for the individual members, which make up 80% of the total number of members. You only have 43.8% compliance rate, while for the corporate as well, which is just 22% of the total financial members, the compliance rate is 46.8. So it's not even all the members of NiRA that are contributing financially to the organization, but this is part of the commitment from members. And if you also recall, the proposal of the e-board was to increase it to 20, from 5,000 to 20, but based on all of the conversation as well as the complaints raised online, the e-board has reduced that to 10,000. But status quo was maintained for this year, pending the approval and ratification by the AGM. And that is in line with what is required by the Constitution.
Thank you very much. I hope that clarifies, Mr. Michael Gbadebo. So members, quickly, I know I can see some people leaving the hall. Please, we're running up. So with no further
My name is Kingsley Abraham. My objection has to do with the fact that this is a non-profit making organization and it's encouraged for more people to join. And if you are increasing the fees, you might make it out of reach of certain people. That is one. Two is that it's not just about the payment. From the, what do you call it, from the regulations, you need to have a domain. Let me take myself, for example. I have a .ng domain. I'm paying 15,000 for it. I have a .com.ng domain. I'm paying 7,500 for it. That is already about 22,500. I have a corporate registration. I'm paying 10,000. Then I have an individual registration on the basis of which I'm here. I'm paying 5,000. So if you are making it compulsory for me to have a domain before I can be a member, and I'm paying for the domain, why are you now increasing the this thing? I have said it earlier on that we have plenty work to do on projecting.ng. I haven't seen, I've checked, even I said I'll see the chairman privately. There is no concrete, there are a lot of things you can do to increase patronage of .ng rather than trying to get the money from subscriptions. So that's my opinion.
Thank you, sir. Sir, are you a member of any other association in Nigeria?
Yes, just like you said before.
Are you a member of any other association in Nigeria?
I'm a member of plenty other
Which other association are you a member of that they charge only 5,000 naira?
One, your question is private.
You haven't answered the question, sir, please.
I don't need to answer you. I don't need to tell you the organization.
Don't worry about it.
We are talking about NiRA.
No, sir, I was just going to ask you that because NiRA is probably the cheapest association you can be a member of.
Even if it is the cheapest, it's not a problem. It had to be.
It is not. It's not an NG. It's not a non. It's not a non. It's a non-profit organization.
Yes.
But it needs funds to run.
Yes, that is why we have a revenue generating point. Most of those organizations you are talking about does not have revenue generation capacities. That's why they have to depend on the subscriptions. Here we have something we can do to make money. You shouldn't push people away. Even the .ng itself from your policies are overpriced because my .com, my .com is up. I pay about $11, even from .ng is not .ng. Subscribe for what? .com. I just paid my subscription about 3 days ago. That is what I'm telling you. Cloudflare, you can check it. It's $10. There are plenty. It is true. You have your pay. I told you that's what I do for life.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
What I'm trying to say is that at even 15,000, it's just a whole lot of people are ignorant about this. At 15,000, .ng is overpriced because .com is cheaper. That's why you see people buying more of .com.ng, which they let it because it is cheaper. That is the truth. So what I'm trying to say, I'm not even going that. What I'm trying to say is that the attention shouldn't be on trying to collect more money, make more money from members, or it should be on projecting what we came here to do, which is .ng and .com. We will sell more. We'll make sure we increase it from 230 something to at least 1 million. Yes.
I like to work with facts. You said you bought your .com at how much? $11. It's 11 you saw. Now you are reducing it to 10, but you said 11 before. How much is the .ng? Okay. So 15,000 naira. If I use 1,300 and something that is the official rate, is $11. So how are we more expensive? It's $11. So how are we more expensive? 1,300 and waiting. I'm using the lower part because you buy dollar more than that. So you see, I want us to work with facts. I made an appeal here. Cool down. Oga, cool down. You see, cool down. You see, we all have this thing, and Mohammed is here. Some of the people who are on the board now were on the board when I was on the board. We used to have conversations about this and put facts on the ground and have that debate amongst ourselves. We don't just fix prices and have that conversation amongst ourselves. When we started, if you are looking at, when you say .com, we have an equivalent of .com amongst us, which today is still our flagship, and that sells for 2,000 naira, 3,000. So tell me, if we're talking about membership, he's bringing domain into it, so he needs to be educated.
Please, we're moving forward. That is the as proposed by the board, the fee, the membership due had been there for almost more than 12 years. That had been at that rate, and it's expedient that this be reviewed. And we had proposed something more than that earlier, but based on several conversations from the General Assembly via email, that had been reduced, and as read by the Vice President. So membership due coming up 2027, from 2027 for individuals will now be 10,000 per year, and for the corporate is 20,000, and it's so much reasonable that that is what this board had discussed extensively. We discussed this extensively and looked at several organizations that had been doing this. A 10,000 is just like 1,000 naira per month. So as even being compared to this is even far less than how much we spend on airtime. It's far less than how much we spend on airtime within a month. We can spend more than that on airtime. Please, so that we can run off quickly. I can see several people.
Mr. President, sorry, I have an
Yes.
objection. Please, if I'm allowed, please. Sorry,
Please,
sorry. I think the idea of trying to subject
objection?
somebody's opinion is not good for the organization. Because this man has a very cogent reason. What he's saying, let's reason together. Somebody want to join a membership yesterday and call me that, can you do a referee for me? I said, no problem. I gave my email. The next thing, the person said, I need a domain name. I say, I'm a registered true. I can sell domain name to you. How much? 8,005 plus 5,000 we are talking. What he's saying is that in as much as you have added that you must have a .ng domain name compulsory to being a member, it's not 5,000 again. Let's reason. We are saying that 10,000 to God be the glory is not a problem. But let's reason to what he's saying, that if you have a domain, you must register a domain name, you must also pay. That domain will be renewed every year at that price, 8,005 plus 5,000, that's starting 5. But we are looking at it that we are not looking at that side of domain name that he must register. So let's reason to what he's saying. And for me, the more the merrier. This one that we are spending more money on advert. If you have 1,000 members, they are supposed to be an ambassador for .ng. If you have 1,000 members, instead of saying that raise the money, and we have less than member, the penetration of .ng will be impacted in the sense that many membership might drop. Already, a lot of people are struggling to pay that 5,000 from the. Sir, from what you projected, you have 45% out of how many? It shows that people are not paying. If you have 80% paying now, you can say people are not struggling.
We need to
Let's please.
We need to make sure that people make the correct payments. We should just realize .name.ng, .i. This thing. How much is that? It's less than 1,000, or how much is it? 500. So that extension is there. Will you say, okay, somebody that is using that 500 NiRA domain name plus this, by the time yes, it's also .ng. It's also .ng. So please, it's I'm 100% sure that amount, there is no organization, well-meaning organization as at now with the current realities. I'm telling you, with the current realities, that is making 5,000 NiRA per annum. I understand what is paying. So please, I want to move online. I plead with you. People have been talking online, physically here.
Can I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. Standing on existing protocol. My name is Mrs. Patricia Ibanuse. I think the 5,000 or 10,000 is not the problem. I think the problem is, what are the members gaining? What is the benefit of a member that will pay this amount over the years? Like, I paid 10,000 per year per annum as a member of NiRA. What do I stand to gain as a member? If I do not have anything to gain as a member, then there's no need for me to pay. I can as well come sit down, listen to you, and go my way. So I think what we should be looking at is, what are the benefits as members of NiRA? What are individual benefits? If there are benefits we get as members of NiRA, then payment will not be a problem, because everybody knows the economic situation of the country, that 5,000 is not something you pay and you think you paid something to a cost like this. But the problem is, people are not getting value for what they are paying, and because of that, it is discouraging many people to pay. 45% is not a good number. So that is just what I think we should look at. All right. Good afternoon, everyone.
What are the benefits of being a NiRA member? First thing is, when you come to join NiRA, you learn about what we're about in the first place. If you key into that philosophy, you start to understand why being a member is good for you. One is the brand of Nigeria online, right? If you've already keyed into it, then joining NiRA is just the next step. Two, NiRA as an organization has gone in leaps and bounds to try and train people about the DNS, about the internet, about internet governance. We give free lectures. We've just built an e-learning platform that is available free for members. Networking opportunities, any association gives that. When you come here, even if you're not a paying member of NiRA, you are meeting people in your industry. Very likely, most of us here are in the internet industry. We're meeting people, we can make a difference for our businesses or ourselves. Every association you go to, the reason you go there is because you have an ulterior motive, and that motive is what will keep you there. If paying dues to be a member of that association is part of that motive, then you pay the dues if you can afford it. 5,000 naira, as you said, is not really an issue because people will drink 5,000 naira every day. People have to pay that kind of money every day times 5 to go to wherever they're going to work. So being a member of an association that will add value to you is a no-brainer. Someone complained about if you register as a member of NiRA, it's compulsory for you to register a .ng domain name. There is a very cheap .ng domain name called .name.ng, 500 naira. If you're looking at 5,500 as the total value, instead of using Destiny Amana at yahoo.com, I will use Destiny at whatever the name I want to have, maybe coolguy.name.ng. So that will be my next email address. I won't be using Gmail or Yahoo or Hotmail. And my brand is now being used. Am I making sense to you, Ma? It is not the fact that you are coming to pay 5,000 naira, like you said. There are reasons for you being here. Even if there was no 5,000 naira fee to pay, you would still be here because you have a vision that aligns with what NiRA stands for. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, you want to talk, ma? Please.
Okay.
Yes. Online. Once she talks, she's
okay,
online. No, go ahead, ma.
All right. There are some clients where as soon as you register, that country code .level domain string like .ng. As soon as you register as soon as you buy .ng, sorry, automatically you're a member of the .ng. But of the like UK, as soon as you buy .uk or anything UK, you're a member of Nominet. So it happens, my dear. But we are building up, and I think we'll get to a point we don't even need the association for listening. And anybody that registers, anybody that buys becomes a member of NiRA. So we're oh, she's not here. We are getting there.
Thank you. Mr. Lawrence, a minute, please, so that we can move on.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Apologies for the delay.
No problem. Thank you. So the gentleman that spoke much earlier about we making a lot of profit and why the need for this additional burden, as I may put it, and to all the other speakers, a lot of thinking has gone into this particular policy, if we might want to use this particular word. And we should always be careful not to throw away the baby with the bathwater, like we saw with the constitutional review. One of the core reasons why we are having an increase in the dues, so to say, is to also put in a mechanism that can check certain practices that we suspect this could help mitigate. I don't want to go deep into that. But aside from the economic realities of today, this is a policy that is designed more or less to help with to help curb certain practices amongst membership. And I want to encourage that we give this the support that is required. Having said that, now, Mr. President, and since I have the floor, sorry, I see Muritala laughing. In the minutes of the last year's meeting, you will recall that there were issues that I brought up, and it hinged a lot on the intended constitutional review. Now that that is a process that has failed, we will definitely have to find means of working towards those discussions towards getting an end goal. Just putting you on notice, and I'm sure you understand. Thank you all.
Thank you. You want to say something? Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Lawrence, for that. Please, I must sincerely apologize to everybody. The time has fast spent. So that is our presentation to the General Assembly as regards the just to get their concurrence on the what is it now? On the membership fee for both corporate and the individual membership. That's the annual subscription for membership. So quickly, we're on any other business. We're in any other business, and I must apologize at this time. We'll just quickly limit all the things we are doing because of our time. This is 5 p.m. Number one, so we're in any other business. So we're taking some of these issues that have been raised via the membership platform. Okay, it's to get the concurrence of the General Assembly that yes. Okay. Okay, do we have yes. Yes.
Has to accept. Sorry, procedurally, you need to take the concurrence of the General Assembly on it, so that we can.
So where the vote
is
proposing to get their concurrence on this.
Sorry, Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
Just on maybe 30 seconds. Yeah, as much as there's need for the resolution to either be taken, I don't know whether it should have been nice to have it on record, if possible, put it on vote, so that you have it on record, because it's creating a lot of front and back. And I don't want anything tomorrow to start being a distraction to the e-board, so we can make more progress.
If we're going to have a poll, everybody is going to have to join the Zoom, because that's the quickest ways to do that right now. Yes, while and I think, sir? Yes, we can all raise our hands here if we're and do a count, and also those that are online. Yes, I think that is actually welcome. So thank you very much, sir, for making that proposition. So we quickly want to have a vote. If you are, do we have the support of the General Assembly to increase this membership fee? Please have a show of hands. If we are making, yes. For yes, please raise your hand. Yes, for yes, raise your hand. Please raise your hand. Please, we need to. Yeah, somebody's counting. Yes, including the board. Yes, your members. Yes. Oh, okay. Okay, let's take it like this. If you're against this increment, you can drop the hand, those online. If, yes, those online, you can drop your hands. Those that are against this subscription fee, can we have a show of hands? Okay. Those against, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we'll see. No, we're still counting. Let them see counting. Please just raise up your hand if you're against this increment. Yes, please, those online, are you counting? Yes, please, who is doing the one in here? No. We'll count the number. The majority, yeah, the majority have the votes. Somebody's chatting, typing too. Sorry? We have gotten the numbers? Yes, yes, we have gotten the numbers. Please raise your hand. Please raise your hand. Just raise your hand. Please raise your hand. We're not asking you to type so that we can equally do. Yes. Okay. Okay. Secretariat, if you are done, please let us know. Do it by simple majority. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. Okay, are we done? Secretariat, if you are done, please just let me know. No, she should just let us know. No, don't worry. Are you done? Please, are you done? Okay. Thank you. You can drop your hands. That has been noted. Thank you very much. Thank you. Those that are in support, please kindly raise up your hand. Yeah. No. You've counted it. Okay. Those that are abstaining. We cancelled it. They cancelled it. So that, yes. Those that are in support of the increment, please raise up your hand. Both online and physical here. Including here, please. Yeah, the day before. No, it was not, sir. Those that are in support, please kindly raise up your hand. Please, those that are in support, please. I know we're pressed for time. Please just oblige us right now. Those that are in support for this. Yeah. Secretariat, if you are done. Online, please. Online, please count the people online. Please count the people online. Yes. Those online, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8. It's 8. Once you are done, Secretariat, please just let us know. Okay, those any abstaining? Okay, please, you can drop your hands, please. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. So please, as we wait for the Secretariat to move on for that, any other business that we have? I know we have said a lot of things there. The okay. So we're in AOB. AOB. Any other? That's all. Please, so that we just get the report from the Secretariat so that yes. No, sorry. Please quickly. We told him all. So Secretariat, we're waiting for you. So
Leave our face alone.
Secretariat, please.
Are we having issues? If the server is not working, tell us. Let me block people. Mohammed is here. He can give us another server. Mohammed and my team are here. They can give us another server.
Please, let's keep all the local traffic local. I do. I talk to Mohammed and keep the local traffic local.
While we are waiting, we have AOB, West Africa Internal Governance Forum is starting. I don't know how many of you applied to be at the school. It's starting 11th of May, but the main program is 14 and 15 of May. Do you know where we are holding it? Last year we held it in Abuja. This year is going to Freetown. So if you can come to Freetown, come to Freetown and join. It's a free town, so everybody can come to the free town, or you can join online, please. Go to West Africa Internet Governance Forum website, you register, and you can join online. And that's how some of us have grown in this ecosystem. Please, whenever these things are happening, let's be part of it. And it works out fine. Okay? And some have become, there's a young boy that we picked up in Abuja. He now works with GIZ as a big man. It was just, just like Akimbo has become big, it's the same thing. So please, I encourage you people that this is a space, just like Amana said, this is a space. Oh, sorry.
No,
Are you
go
ready?
ahead, go
Okay.
ahead,
This is a space where you can, yeah. All right, thanks.
Okay, so please, AOB, I will plead with you that please, in future, if anybody has any issue with the current board, I'll plead with you to write a private email to the board members. And maybe if it's an issue that you need the attention of the trustees, for the trustees to receive that email so that they can address it. The problem is we are selling a brand called .ng. And if some people are putting allegations, and sometimes the language that they use is not a good language. So I'll plead with people that please, we don't want to, because this is how we gradually abuse the Nigerian image. So please, I'll plead with you. If you have any issue regarding this budget that is proposed or any issue, because somebody here is a valid concern, if you still have it, write it to the board. Let them address you privately. But copying everyone when it's just an allegation is not really good for the image of our CCTLD. So that's just my plea with you, please. Thank you very much. And if we have offended anyone here, please forgive us. We are all part of the same family. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Quickly, Mr. Akimbo.
Yeah,
Dr.
still on AOB.
Yes.
I want to introduce the number one citizen of one of our members to be, anyway, so to say. You can go to legacy1995.ng, legacy1995.ng. I want to have the privilege of, on behalf of Mr. President of NiRA, introduce another president among our midst, former postmaster, or not retired but not tired postmaster general, and the president of Legacy, the historical and environmental interest group of Nigeria. Is no other person than Mr. Olani Tai. Please rise up for it. Thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon, members. Yes, on AOB, there's a concern, a report by ICANN as of December 2025 on the number of websites that are hosted locally, focusing on Africans. South Africa, if you talk about their CCTLD, they have over 1 million, but they have about 568,000 websites hosted on their .za locally in South Africa. Nigeria has 1,598 websites hosted locally in Nigeria as of December 2025. This is a major call for concern. So the registrars, our end users, in as much as we are pushing for .ng domain, let's also adopt local hosting. It's very important. Thank you very much.
So thank you. So I'll give the secretariats to read out the results, and so that we have our closing remark and we adjourn. Thank you.
Thank you. At the end of the voting for the increase in membership fees, for those who are physically present here, the number of people who voted in support of that, there were 24, while those who voted against it, 13. Then for those online, 28 people voted yes, then 11 no. So in total, we had 32 people in support, 32 people in support of the increment and 24 people against it. That's 32 yes and 24 no. Yes. So the increments.
Okay. Yeah, the highest vote. So simple majority. So thank you all for that show of support. So from 2027, that will be our subscription fee to 2020 from 2027, please. No, after this AGM, I think it says, well, 2027. 20 next year, Abi. So after this AGM. Okay, 2027. That's 2027. From 2027 onward. Thank you very much. Please, so we're on item 10, closing remarks. So on behalf of the executive board, I think we are all here apart from one person. This is to appreciate these esteemed members from our elder statesman. Thank you very much, sir. Please let's appreciate our father. He has been here since morning. Please let's thank him. We thank you and appreciate you very much. Please, he has always been joining us. I was so glad that he said he's coming. Please, we appreciate you very much, sir. And the members of the trustees, from the secretary to everybody, thank you very much for representing the chairperson, Ogbuefi Remiweke, Mr. B. Oladipo. Thank you very much. Past president, both online and physically here, Mr. Reverend Sunday Folayon and Mr. Mohamed Rudman. Thank you very much for your support. We appreciate you. And please, let's clap for ourselves. Let's clap for ourselves. It's been an awesome time and a long time. Please, like I said, it is all about us. It is not about any individual. And you have heard them say, and I've watched several pictures, videos of how this organization started, and we're able to sustain it up to up to where we are right now, and we keep on building upon it. So it can be any one of you here tomorrow, and you will see us there also supporting you. So if there's any grievances, please, there are always appropriate channels to reach out to us all, and call us to ask questions. You reach out to everybody, and I definitely know we're just starting, and there are so many things we need to do. All this kind of mails or so, they create a sort of yes, it's not actually so distractions, and not making us focus on. And one of the trustees here were just laughing about it, about that it took us several years to even implement the DNSSEC. Please, but all these things is something we can work together and achieve within few years, and we make progress with it. But with your support, where this board is able to make such advances, and I appreciate everybody. So on behalf of this board, we want to appreciate everybody. Thank you very much for this time. Please, lunch is served, but yes, we're going to move for adjournment. Lunch is served. Please, can I have someone to move for adjournment of this meeting?
Adebumi Adeola Akibo for the record, moving motion for the moving the motion for adjournment of the annual general meeting.
Please, I need somebody online. Okay.
Supported by Mrs. Philomena Ugoke.
Philomena
Ugoke.
Okay, thank you very much for the record. So please, can we all just for closing prayer? They have seconded. Yeah, online. It's Akimbo. Dr. Akimbo. No, there's no objection. No. Yes. Please, can we all just rise up for our closing prayer? Please, thank you very much. Technical, please, can you just...
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Go tranquil and some baby. in brotherhood we stand. Nigeria's own and proud to serve a sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that protect justice reign. In this honor to honor and this we count us in. To have unto our children, but now with our strength.
Thank you. Please, pictures. Please quickly, we want to take pictures before everybody and lunch is served. Please, quickly, we want to take pictures. Sir, Daddy, please, we invite you. Please quickly set the chairs. Quickly, please.